Since it's been freaking 48 days, let's do a little recap of our last session. You all defeated Gatch, a humanoid beast-like, weird, fucked up, evil person that you all snuck into his lair. Has been fucking up the Tilky Forest for a while, and so you all snuck in there, caught him kind of off guard. He knew you were kind of coming in like 30 seconds before you came in, but fucking, it was a close battle. Everybody played their part in it. There was some almost deaths. Certainly people were undying quite a few times, but some huge grapples by John. Felix turned into a bird. Big damage. Big dispels from Felix and Vita. And then Turlon making it so the invisible Gatch, the very annoyingly invisible Gatch, was at least somewhat visible and attackable, because otherwise that would have sucked. And so you all defeated Gatch, and then you all decided, after kind of helping out the people there, the Storm Hunters are now pretty well known throughout the Tilby Forest. News of your escapades have made it throughout, and you all decided to take a 30-day break, which is basically going to be what this session is about, is recapping that 30-day break. And the first thing I want to say, as before we start recapping, is we're going to kind of go in a specific order for some of the things here, because there are some things that are happening during this 30-day period that involve all 5 of you that we will do some role play for. And with that, I want to just emphasize that I am not worrying about the continuity of knowledge or objects or time for these recaps. Some of these things that we recap in the order that we do likely will take place out of order in world chronologically, but I'm not worried about that. So if you learn some knowledge or you gain some object in the order of our recaps and then we do another recap of something, don't worry about it. You've got that knowledge.
I don't envy the wiki editors.
Yeah, dude.
Good luck.
Who knows, even if, with all the things y'all are doing in these 30 days, if it's even possible in world to do it within 30 days, I'm not worried about it. When we come back, we're going to add 30 to the day.
It's possible,
we'll continue that. We're so possible. The first thing that I want to recap is Vita took basically a good chunk of, basically an hour a day for these 30 days to read through the Alkasan book that you all got from Gatch's lair from within his bedroom. It seemed to be an Alkasan book that spoke of these green Tulchrus crystals, various maybe experiments with them. And so because of that, Vita has been translating it slowly. It's an ancient language. It's possible, but very slow. So Vita, what do you tell the group about what you learned from this book?
So I've been learning a lot of important things from this book, guys. I'd say there's 2 main areas. One is sort of about those green crystals and everything to do with every crystal ever. And then the other area is more about the origin of creation of all life.
Okay. Light
reading.
So, which one would you guys want to hear about first?
Do you have the spark notes of either of those?
Anyway. In my head I do.
Sweet.
That I'll make up right now.
Let's go with the crystals first. That's my vote, is crystals.
Okay. According to my notes here, there's 12 crystals. Okay, guys, we knew that.
Okay.
But now we have the names of all 12, and Steven can provide that at some point. But it's water, fire, earth, air, weather, Sempta, creature, life, value, society, mind, and arcana. Yes, creature.
Creature is the least concerning of all of those. What the fuck is Sempta?
Creature crystals are the green ones, by the way.
Okay.
The Gatch hat.
Obviously.
So he would squeeze the creatures, something like that, kill them, milk them, and make green crystals out of it. I kind of skimmed through that part. Pretty much though, I figured out a cure, and by figured out, it just says, kind of good news, kind of bad news. The mind crystals are the exact opposite of
Oh.
the creature crystals, and the mind ones are the purple ones that we have giant chunks of that make Turlan go crazy.
Oh.
So we can cure Psy Skin, but
With the evil crystal?
we have to use the evil crystal, yeah.
Okay.
That can't be good.
Well,
Later on, if anyone wants to know different applications of these crystals and shit, even feel free to send them this book, this document, and Vita will share the info.
Exactly. It's a very
Yeah.
dense read.
Also, I found the origin of the history of the world. That page that we've been painstakingly translating from the mountain, that's just in here. So
sick.
I have all of that.
Well, okay. Should we like tell some priests about it, or people that?
I think if we try to share the origins
Heresy,
of the
I
world, we will get like killed.
Yeah, should not mention because it actually says here there's nothing to do with the First Order gods at all. It was all Alkasa, and the Alkan or the Alkas. So I think we should tell no one ever.
And just so I can process this appropriately, Steven, so hearing, yeah, the First Order deities didn't make anything. Like we kind of knew that, but like it's still like holy shit, right?
You all have been fully it's, I don't know if it's like if it was just the truth of your life that like God created the universe and then you learned that that's absolutely not true, apparently.
Huh, thank
Yeah,
God. I guess that's not our reality.
That would be nuts. It would be. But I mean, if you hadn't seen so much physical evidence of all these crystals, like yeah, it's like y'all are saying. If you were to tell somebody that, they would just be like, "What the fuck do you mean?
What the fuck
like,
is wrong?
yeah,
What is wrong with you?
You're crazy."
Yeah,
But yeah.
we shouldn't tell them. I think just because of others may be listening.
Yeah.
But you guys can read that later. Tells you how everything got made.
I'm definitely interested in that.
Yeah,
Could
I'll
help you
read.
out. Yeah.
I will send that. I will send that after the session. But I
He was
will.
like, yeah, whatever. This
Final
booklet,
session.
everything.
I will emphasize that the exact same kind of page that was found on Baku's Peak was within this book. So it seems like whatever book that those pages came from, and Baku's Peak came from a very similar book that you all now possess about creature Talker's crystals. So there may be other books just like it.
Is there anything in the stuff about Talkris crystals on how to utilize them to counter their opposites?
Yeah, there's a section here on resisting and reverting creature talkers crystals.
Good.
So
That's
we need a
very
mind crystal.
We have one.
Check.
Got two actually.
And then yeah, there's just a lot of little remedies in here. They reference Archmage Browing's book, The Complete Guide to Mind Talkers Crystals. So there's concoctions in here we can make.
It seems like a hyperlinked name. We probably have to remember that.
But we're not. It doesn't specify anywhere like how much we need. It's just like random concoctions. So that's kind of annoying. But
And within the applications of creature talkers crystals, it does mention, you can eat them, you can melt them, you can freeze them, you can change them in different forms. The most potent is just eating the crystals, like just injecting it straight into your veins kind of thing.
Yeah, so you can eat them.
So that's the most direct way of doing it. But if you want less potent effects that last for much longer, then that's where you typically melt it or do other things to it.
I see.
that's all I got, guys. It's the whole
Honey,
book.
I ate the Talkers crystals.
That's all I got, guys.
Okay.
So we can make a little thing, rub it on Siskin. Maybe he'll eat it. It should be easy,
Cool.
I think. The book says
If we
everything.
if we could find a way to have Siskin get rid of one of these mind crystals without turning him evil, that'd be awesome.
Guys, I think I should be the one to administer it. I think I should administer the evil crystals. Let me hold the crystals right now.
Let me hold.
Dude, hand me the
please.
crystals. You gotta hand me the crystals right now, dude.
What if it makes Siskin go crazy?
Been there.
Well,
Look, this book says that won't happen.
it
And it's
shouldn't.
Gatch's book, so
I suppose
Well,
the
he had to get
corollary
the
here.
information from somewhere,
He's
and
an sanest person, probably. So
yeah.
like you use venoms and things to make the anti-venom, so this kind of makes sense.
My right theory right now is Gatch is just a regular fucked up freak who just like discovered the equivalent of like the
Regular
microcomputer.
freak.
Oh,
in,
yeah,
like,
it says that,
1500.
It
You know
says
what I mean?
that in his shit here, yeah, he this book kind of just appeared in his lair, by the way. So
Yeah, like in the
That actually is
Gatch's
what happened.
journal. Just randomly discovered it.
That's not good. We can worry about that later.
Who knows?
Later
yeah, I
on
don't know
the
who
book.
did that, by the way.
Okay,
Oh, hold on. Okay,
I-
Steven, is Vita being truthful when he says, I don't know who did that?
That is in Gatch's journal that you all learned
Okay.
that. So that's not in this
Okay, you
book.
guys
This
know.
this book, you all know that it one day appeared.
There's a
And-
strangely Vita handwriting-esque journal entry shoved between the margins of Gatch's entries, saying,
Dylan
"I found
just-
this."
Dylan just said it in such a way and also took a drink of water as he said it, and I was like, man,
There's always a
Mm.
chance. It's
There's
good to
al-
check.
Yeah, Gatch
you never know
assumed-
when I could be lying.
Gatch
never know.
assumed that it was Rita Kearney gave it to him, but who knows if that's true.
Hmm.
I certainly don't.
Okay, do we? I definitely think the Siskin healthcare plan is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to carry that out now or after we've each done our little sharing session?
Well, I will say we can move on to the recap because I've put it in a specific order for exactly what you're thinking about, Kevin.
Wow.
God, why don't I just shut the hell up?
Shut up.
shut up,
Let's
man.
do a recap. We are going to go, maybe ominously, now that I've just said that, we're going to go to the small village of Hall, which is
What?
Felix's hometown. You all, regardless, again, whether of the chronologicalness of it all, just assume that, you know the stuff about the book, even though this was happening at the same time. Makes it easier. You all begin your way. It's about 10 miles to the northwest of Felix's home, which is about, 3 hours travel away. So you all begin walking there. Felix, you have taken this route many times. It's almost second nature whenever you've gone back to visit your home, visit your parents and such. You are all on the way, and about a mile out from the village, walking through the forest, Turlon and Felix, you both feel something. Feel very different things. Turlon, you feel a dormant feeling emerge within the center of your forehead when you look in the direction of where you are headed. Very
That's awesome.
similar feeling that you have felt.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. I know what you're
Within
talking
a
about.
Wade.
No
And
good.
Felix,
No good.
Uh-oh.
you notice that the forest is oddly just slightly quieter than normal. You still hear birds chirping, leaves rustling, but just the general kind of undercurrent of bugs and crickets, right, that you would normally hear in a forest, those are currently not present. It's something you both kind of realize as you are walking towards the village.
I would like to see if there is any evidence for why that is.
Go ahead.
If
give
I
me a
can
nature
act in
check.
this recap.
Yeah, give me a
Okay,
nature.
awesome.
We're kind of in a little mini scene here.
Can you unpause it, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, nature.
The nature is
Nature of
Natural.
21.
This has not happened naturally before. You know that there is something wrong. Now, the fact that there were bug sounds and now there aren't as you get closer to the village, you suspect that, not anything within the immediate area as you're looking around. It doesn't seem like there's anything, but you've noticed it's been a gradual presence, right? It's not like, oh, all of a sudden you're just in a place with no bug sounds. It's been very gradual, and you're just now kind of, it's gone beyond the threshold of noticing.
Mm-hmm.
You all continue forward?
Yeah, so I will, at the one point, just as we're sort of walking this way, I'll put my hand up to my head, and I'll say, Felix, I'm feeling that same thing I felt in 08.
That's very bad.
I'm gonna kind of like feel around first for my mirror, make sure I still have it, and then down towards my rapier. Just kind of tightly grip it for a moment before like taking a deep breath.
What is so is there a purple crystal up ahead of here? Is that what we're saying? Or is that different?
I don't know.
Possibly. It's hard to say. We just have to be careful.
Oh God.
And as you're having this
Yeah.
conversation, Felix, you remember back, one of the reasons you want to visit Horrell is because you remember that your mentor, Redovic, has not responded to various sending spells.
That's right.
So
that's right.
a little bit of an uneasy feeling still. But do you all continue forward?
I think we can. We just got to be careful. Keep our eyes out.
Eyes are out as you all get closer to the village. I'll say you're about, a quarter mile out. One, Turlon, the feeling in your forehead gets more and more present. It's not that it hurts more. It's just you sense it much more there. It's not like, it's like the lingering of a headache. It's not like you're taking psychic damage or pain. It's just there. And Felix, you notice the forest has gotten a lot quiet. Only the leaves crunching underneath your feet is kind of all you hear now. You don't hear the birds chirping any longer.
Probably a good thing.
And as, you're continuing on, suddenly you all see a wave, just this purplish wave of light just pass over you in an instant. I need you all to make a wisdom saving throw. Or a will saving throw, sorry.
Man.
Just click it in the chat for me.
Oh,
Oh,
hello.
brother.
Hello. He makes it easy.
Oh, I already did
He
it.
makes it easy.
Yep, that's fine. I know the DC.
Very close to a
questions?
1 there. Oh.
Let me...
My die teetered between 1 and 19. I was like,
That is the danger of the high rolls and the low rolls.
Wait, I need to see that prompt again. There it is. All right.
There it is.
Show me that prompt right now.
Oh, I mean, come on. So you all
That easy.
are doing fine. Let's just say you're doing fine.
To put it simply,
You're doing fine. You see this wave of light just pass over you, and you feel, you feel your mind, feel just a presence within your mind for just a moment, almost like the lingering of a thought that wasn't yours, but then it just dissipates. It was no longer there. The wave of light is no longer there, but it is very clearly emanating, one from the direction of this pinpoint in your head, Turlon, but also just the direction towards the village itself, Felix.
What was that?
I don't know.
Well,
Should
Probably
we
nothing
split
good.
up?
well,
Absolutely not.
Yeah, we probably split up
Well,
and
let's
run in
split up
opposite
and look for
directions.
clues.
Well, how do we know when one of us has been turned evil?
I think it's going to be pretty obvious,
All right.
personally.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna step a little to the side.
Just a couple extra
Which
feet.
side?
Just a
Okay.
little extra feet.
All right.
You all continue forward?
Yes, I do.
Hell yeah.
Nothing to do. Only way out.
You all now have gotten to the gates of Horrell. There are simple wooden walls, but Felix, as you've made this trek many a time, normally there are guards stationed here, just watching the front entrance, making sure they know who is coming in and out. There is no one here. You can see within into the streets of the villages, just these simple wooden houses. This village is a decent size, but has a population of like 1.5, 2,000. You see just beyond this little gate, right, that is fully open. It's just an open doorway with these wooden walls. You can just see within the streets. You have not seen an individual just yet. But as you approach and you see the gate and you notice that there's no one around, another wave of light comes through. And guess what? We're going to be doing another wisdom saving.
Dude, another will save.
Will.
I'm good for it.
Will.
God damn these people. You all are killing
Okay,
it.
I'm not
You
good
all?
for it.
God damn you.
all?
Just kidding, I'm okay.
Who's all?
Us.
Who said that?
Who's
Except
all?
for this Vita guy!
Oh,
Oh.
Vita and
There is no way.
Vita and John, you all are now stupefied 1, which essentially means it just means a minus
The orb of confusion.
a minus whatever your value is. So -1 to all kind of mental based things. So intelligence, wisdom, charisma
I'm
stuff.
feeling less based. Good.
But you see the wave pass on Felix and Turl, and once again you feel just this presence in your mind. But Vita and John, as it passes over you, it kind of catches you off guard, and both of you hear the word, "Come to me," and then it just kind of fades off. It's like a thought in your mind. It's not something you hear, but it's just something you think. And now you feel just a little bit of a presence in your mind. Not a presence, like a headache in your mind. As you continue, as you kind of look around after this wave of light, and you're at the entrance of Horrible.
Perhaps it's best not to go forward.
Can I send a
Yeah.
message out
Sure.
that are going forward?
Who are you sending a message to?
The voices said come to me in that direction.
Give me an Arcana check.
Steven's like, actually that was God, so
Actually.
Maybe you can talk to God. Who knows? He said it's pretty good.
I talked to
Numbers.
God with a message spell.
What is the range of the message spell?
500 feet.
Yeah, you got 500. You feel it hit a target. But the target, you can kind of get a general sense. You feel like the target can't respond to you. You can say a message, but you feel it hit something. And you feel it, as if it's connected to whatever just spoke to you. But it doesn't seem like it can respond.
Well, now do I at least know where this person is, this thing that I hit is? Or
Just know that you hit it.
just know it hit?
You know that it is within 500 feet of you.
Okay, I'll
Whatever
tell
this
her
thing you
that.
hit is.
I'm not going to try a message if I know it won't work, but I'll say, okay, I'll just try a message.
Probably best not to alert anything of our presence.
I
Any more than
feel
we
like
have
it
to.
definitely knows the word because it just said come to me.
Most likely.
But if something's in there waiting for us, but it's weird, it can't respond to me. Like, it can't. So, don't know what that means.
Okay, should I turn into a bird to try to get a macro view of what this place looks like? Do you
How
think
far
that would
above
be
the-
helpful?
How far above here can you go and still make out a good view?
Very far.
Would that make
Yes,
your will
I
saves
think so.
weaker? Or
We don't know. We
No,
don't know. We don't know.
I mean, turning into a bird won't affect my mental stats.
that's what I mean.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I think it's a good idea to fly as high as you can.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm
Go for it.
looking through my spells and I see things I can add. Summon giant. That's nuts. Anyway, I'm not gonna read that.
Okay.
Seems like a good thing to be able to summon.
Thanks.
Hey,
Thanks,
can we
Stephen.
call the giant real quick before we open
can
this
I-
door?
Yo.
So where's the
Mr.
giant? Hey man,
Hey.
stop.
Completely different way of how I don't expect.
I've missed you guys. It's been 2 months. What the hell? Where'd you been?
All right, cast wild shape. Blah 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 blah.
Yes.
Animal form. I'm a
Bird.
I'm a bird. I'm just gonna
Bird?
be
He's a
a
bird.
large eagle.
Epic.
Yeah. Talon agile. Hold on. Low light vision. Good lord. Okay.
I caught the plague.
The Jaffa cakes.
I'd like to just fly over and
We're
see
still
what I can
fucking
see.
rotten.
I have to assume that there is absolutely no activity in the streets whatsoever, and it's just
Yes.
completely ghost
Yeah,
town.
we love it. As
I
you
don't.
begin to, I know it's your hometown. As you are flying above, Felix, the rest of you kind of stay outside the gates. As you're flying above, as you say, the streets are completely empty, but noticeably not like people left in a hurry, abandoned, just as if you just plucked people from existence and they just are no longer here.
Arguably worse.
And you begin to fly around, and your first thought is, I should head to the center of town. There's a center kind of area where there's a large oak tree in the middle that kind of designates the center. You can see it from your elevated position now. And that's kind of where the common marketplace is. Just to, if you get over there, you'll be able to look all around. And as you begin to fly above, your vision kind of crests over a building, looking into the center square, or the central area. And of course, you see the large tree in the middle. But you see a startling sight. Scattered around the base of the tree, there are 20 to 30 bodies just laying on the ground. You can see, just even from this distance, small little pools of blood that have been dried around their heads, just on the ground. You can't see much detail beyond that. They almost seem to be placed around, not like exactly, but they're evidently not piled up. They're just kind of placed. You can't make out details from this distance, but you do see the only movement you've seen in this entire village. You see a crouched figure kind of facing away from you, and appears to be picking at one of the heads of the bodies. And you can see that the figure's head is just kind of in a lulling motion, just kind of moving up and down very slowly as their hands kind of slowly pick. But the thing that you notice most of all is, glinting in the light, you see protruding and jutting out of the back of their head a large basketball-sized purple crystal.
Are you fucking with me?
And I got some art for you all.
God.
Give this guy a creature crystal ASAP, dude.
Can we get the?
Now we're killing this guy.
Can't wait to rip that thing from his head.
Yeah, just as like a question of post-Gatch, do we, not that we're gonna not kill him, but do we have creature crystals or no?
You have samplings of his liquid, which contains creature crystals, but you never found just crystals themselves.
Liquid.
But in the art channel, you can see
brother.
Oh God,
what it looks
brother.
like.
Dude, okay, it's just growing out. That's
Yeah. That's
a
Diamond Head
takeover
from Ben
of
10.
the crystal. But you see this figure wearing
rated.
black robes, and is just picking at one of the heads. That's what you see as you crest over. Does not seem to pay you any mind. What do you do?
Well, after being very worried, I would like to circle around the center, circle around the tree, and get lower to see what is it actually doing to this corpse.
Great question. Thank you for asking.
Oh,
The figure you see as you kind of get closer, you're swooping around, seems to pay you absolutely no mind. Does not seem to care that you're there. You see that the figure is kind of picking at within the head, and as you've gotten closer to these bodies, you see all of their bodies, the tops of their heads appear to be just broken open, which is where the blood is coming from. And in the faces that you see, unfortunately, some faces that you do recognize, not people that were close, but people you've seen in your village, in the marketplace, people that have lived around, hung out in the center of the town or the village a lot. But you see in their faces, their eyes are just open, expressions are blank. No look of terror or fear in their final moments, just complete blankness as their heads are broken open. And as you see, the figure reaches into the head of the body that they're looking, and you see pulling out of the head a very small, glinting in the sunlight, a small purple crystal, of which then they reach up and attach it to the crystal jutting out of their head. There's a flash of purple light. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw again. As you see this wave of light emanating from when these crystals touch each other.
Yeah, so I don't like this guy.
I'll say it.
I'll be brave. I don't like this guy.
I don't agree.
Stupefy me. I could take it.
Stupefied. And again, Turlon, you hear again your thoughts, a feeling that you thought you had gotten away from, but your thoughts for just a moment are not yours. And you hear, "Please, I don't bite." And you all, this is what you see, and this is what you all feel from the emanation, but Felix, this is what you see. It seems like these emanations and these continuous emanations are from this person growing their crystal that is jutting out of their head.
We can also say, Craig, I can just message you if you want to tell us, maybe if you don't want to leave bird form, or if you want.
Thank you. I was gonna peck at Vita until he figured that out. I appreciate that.
So I can check in.
So is the center of town within 500 feet of the gate we were at?
Yes, and
okay. Yes. I will perch on a building so to make sure that I'm within range. And I assume once Vita checks in, I will say, there's a weird little gremlin guy harvesting brains in the center from corpses. I think we should kill him fast.
Do you recognize them? Are they him or the corpses? Anybody?
Not really. They're citizens. Okay. I don't know who the gremlin is.
Do you want
listening
us to
just Vita's side of this conversation, getting more and more concerned every sentence?
Do you want us to just run in and do it now, or how would you like us to?
Move in slowly. I will watch out for danger.
Okay. I'll relay that to the other two.
Makes sense.
What I picture happening, you guys can do what you want, but I just, while they kind of make their way, I'll also tell them center. I think I mentioned center of town, big oak tree. Well, they move in. I just kind of want to circle above them and keep an eye out for any movement or any ambushes or anything that might have spotted them while they are walking on the ground.
Sure. Yeah, you all begin to slowly move through the village. Again, just ghost town. Doors are closed. It doesn't look like doors have been swung open and just left in a hurry. It seems as if the village went to sleep and never woke up, in a metaphorical sense. And so you all are slowly moving through, and then you suddenly turn the corner to see the site that I have laid out, that Felix saw as well, and we are going to be moving over to the blank scene in
Dude, I love this scene. This is my favorite scene.
We're keeping it real simple. Yeah.
Good. I've watched the scene on repeat 50 times.
Think about that post where a guy was like, my streaming service messed up while I was watching Better Call Saul, and it was just Saul sitting there for 2 minutes, and I was like, what a bold choice, before he realized, oh, it's paused. Anyway.
You all make it here, and yeah, you see the same hunched over figure, kind of somewhat pale skin. You can see kind of on the side of their head is just kind of this semi-long, like kind of light blonde hair, but they're just kind of hunched over, and you see the same crystal just sticking out of the back of their head. Seem to be picking in somebody's brain.
Okay. Unironically, is there anything, Vita, in your reading that had led to suggest that like the oppositeness of the creature and mind crystals are like both ways?
Steven?
I am
Yes,
wondering if we
so.
can weaken. Like, obviously, I don't think we should try to rehabilitate the murderer like we are with Siskin, but I do wonder if the green crystals can help us out here.
I believe everyone has an opposite, right?
Yeah, so to answer that question first, and then I have a second thing to say. But yes, so it is the antithesis. So they counteract each other entirely. Like, and every of the 12, there are 6 pairs that counteract each other. And so you know that, you don't know what the other pairs are, but you know that mind and creature completely counteract each other. So you could, in some sense, use it. But to say a second thing, just real quick, Turlon, as you turn the corner, you have been under the influence of these crystals before, so you have kind of gained a resilience. Also, you are 6 levels higher than you used to be when you were taken over by this. So because of that, you do not feel like the sense to be compelled. You feel like you probably shouldn't grab these crystals, but
I kind of want to.
But I will say you do notice within the crystal in this head, frantically, just tons of these little lights are dancing and bouncing within the crystal, which the 3 others of you do not see. But you see just all these little, just as you had seen in the previous purple crystals that you've looked at.
Okay. Before we ambush, I'm gonna just kind of jump around the corner, like behind a building or a hill, or whatever. And bale of hay. I said hail of bay. Bale of hay. And you said we don't have green crystals, but we do have gatch juice.
You got some gatch juice, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna take some. I'm just gonna like go around a corner, and I'm gonna pick up like a rock off the ground, and I'm going to quickly shove it in my pasting kit with the gas juice.
Yep.
And I want to grind it up and apply it to my sword.
Sure thing. Also, you get some gatch paste.
Gatch paste
will do acidic damage, but it will, in lore, also have some creature Talker's crystals within it.
Okay, it's epic.
Yummy.
I will say this guy just looks like a dude. So, sure, like Gatch looked like a dude, but this guy looks like a dude. So
literally
a little bit above table, you all can probably take him. So however you want to attack, we're not going to do initiative just in this recap, but just, you want to do something, do it, and then let other people do other things, right? And just, we're free flowing.
Do we want to try to interrogate him and figure out what he's doing? Because, like, I don't know if this guy is the murderer.
He seems mindless. I don't know if we're going to be able to get much out of him. I mean, remember what it took to take care of me when I had that, and I had a tiny one. I probably think you can't gain anything from him alive.
Maybe knock him out, because didn't we knock you out and then you came back and you were fine?
Yeah, but again, I was under the influence of a little guy.
This one is also connected to his head. Yeah.
What I think maybe then. I just think the best way to get the jump on him.
Well, if you guys can ask questions and just tell me when I can kill him, I'll dive in and like claw his skull.
I feel like any of us could kill this guy instantly. Is the read it feels like we have. I can also paralyze him. I don't really want to waste it on him though. Let's just talk to him. Come on.
He said to come closer. Maybe he's
We've
nice.
We've got people. You guys, we can jump in if something happens. No way he instantly kills us.
I'm gonna stay above.
I'm gonna keep my distance.
Talk.
I think at least someone shouldn't be near him on the ground.
I'll go up to him.
Yeah.
What should I ask him?
What's your deal?
Yeah, what's he doing?
Okay.
What's he want?
Did you kill these people?
I'm gonna walk up to here.
Sure. He does not even remotely. Like, you're walking, and he's focused on his task.
And I'll just kind of go, excuse me.
His head just quickly turns around towards you, like, almost gremlin mode. And his eyes, you see, are just pure purple light. He looks at you, and he says, he's just staring at you. He said, excuse me, he's just staring at you. Just frozen, almost in fear.
Question. What's going on here? Did you do this to these people? Do you realize you have a crystal growing out of your head?
His head kind of starts to lull a little bit, and then he turns back to his body. He says, I have to put him together. I have to put it together. And he's quickly trying to pick into... He looks back at you. If I don't complete it, it will kill me. And he looks back, and he's now starting to pull out little bits of brain out of this thing. Like, it's before he's being meticulous, and now he's going to go a little bit faster. He seems to be off-put by your presence.
I look over at where Vita is and just kind of shrug.
Knock him out?
Okay, I'll try that. I'm going to walk up to him and just go, listen, hey, you should probably stop that. I think we have a way we can fix you.
You walk up to him. He's like glancing back at you, but he's still just frantically, and it seems like he's almost done with this body. And it looks like as soon as he's done, he wants to maybe run. You get that body language vibe from him.
Okay. Well, before he can run, I'm going to strike him on the back of the head, non-lethal, and just try to knock him out.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Oh, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Oh, I was hoping for the natural 20. As soon as you try and strike against him, you see there's a purple almost flash that emerges around his head, like this purple sphere for just a moment. It seems like the crystal is protecting him. It seems like, you kind of underestimated the crystal a little bit, but then he starts to stand up, and he puts his back up against the tree, and his eyes are just wide, staring at you, and the crystal, like, again, with just such a heavy weight, his head is, like, kind of trying to force to keep it up, but his just back is against
Hey, calm down. There was a bug next to your head. I was trying to smack it so it didn't get on you, that's all.
Please, I must finish it. I must.
I know you, but there's that bug again. I'm gonna try to hit him again.
Oh shit! Sorry, man. It's right there.
Try to hit him again.
2 separate conversations.
I love it. There's a hit.
Yeah. There we go.
Just a little bit better. Go ahead and roll damage for me. That's a good, nice 10 damage. As you go to punch him, you do land a hit on them this time. You see that there is that purple barrier, but you strike right before it appears. But as you land your blow into him, you see a flash of purple light that emanates around all of you. I'm going to need another will saving throw.
Oh, damn it.
Stop punching him!
But it does damage him. And he looks decently hurt, I'll say.
Oh, brother.
We gotta take him out in one hit, John.
I know.
I'll say Vita.
I got stupefied again.
John.
Dude, I'm just trying to get the bug. Stop with that.
And you're like punching him in like perfect fighter form, like you said, stand
yeah,
up.
just fucking like.
Okay, John, you take 10 psychic damage because you dealt 10 damage.
Yowza!
And Felix and Vita, you take 5 psychic damage.
Guy like me takes nothing.
But yeah, turn 1 takes nothing.
Well, I'm just gonna dive at this guy's head.
Go for it.
Can we
Yeah,
attack
I'm just
them
gonna
all at
giant
once?
eagle dive directly at him.
Everybody make your attacks.
This should fucking
if you want to
Team
attack,
up on
I'll
it.
say.
I'm gonna hold
That
mine
stunned me a little bit. I'm gonna
Like-
wait to see what the other people do.
on the off chance that they don't evaporate him. I'm going to be holding my sword to just strike him.
Yeah,
Alright,
let's try and
so
take them
let's
out all
see.
at once. We can team up here in a little hit.
strike. I'll be
Okay,
beaking
make
him.
Another
Mine is
punch.
probably just the hardest to make non-lethal, so I'm trying last.
Should I make
Yeah,
this
furlong
attack
is
with the
in case we
multi-attack
fuck
penalty,
up.
Steven?
No,
Mine won't be
don't worry
lethal,
about
so won't be non-lethal.
That will be a hit, Felix.
Damn, these rolls suck.
Do we need to get this guy in the
That's a
funnel?
miss,
He's good.
unfortunately. He's good. Again,
I rolled a
just
5. Oh,
these
and a 20
purple
took it right out of
spheres
me.
are trying to deflect all these attacks at once.
Can I make my other two? No, can I make my
I
other
hate
last
this
attack
shit.
for my action to move, action to attack, third to attack again?
Sure, I mean, if you're going full bore, I'm not worried too much about
Absolutely.
actions. Just go for it.
Yeah. Claw. I mean talon. There we go.
Everybody roll damage for me.
Damage. Okay, so I didn't do beak damage. So this is beak damage.
What spell did you use, Vita?
Phase bolt cantrip.
Jesus Christ.
Mm.
Come on, kill him!
And then this is talon damage.
It's so funny that it adds up exactly. So
We did it.
we'll do
Yay!
another will save. I mean, y'all aren't not gonna die from this, so go for it just for fun, just to see how much it affects you all. But
Don't matter to me.
All right.
Oh!
for this dude's remaining 35
Damn it.
health points, Vita, you take
Gone.
35 damage
Yeah.
if you can do that for yourself.
do it.
John, you take nothing. Felix, you take half, so 17. Gotcha. And as you make these final strikes, Felix just comes swooping in, trying to claw against him. John, you're trying to punch. Vita, you let out this phase bolt that goes to shock his body, and as he's about to fall down to the ground, you see his eyes no longer turn purple for just a moment, and he says, "Thank you for releasing me," and his body collapses down to the ground. He is dead, and I will say, yeah, what do you all do? His body lays
land.
limp on the ground.
Oh, fuck.
I stare at
I
the
land
purple
and I
crystal.
turn back into a person.
I stare at the purple crystal a little too long before taking a step back.
All right.
Um,
So how? Okay. So he was harvesting brains for the mind crystals.
Mhm.
Very worrying implications. Stephen, is there any evidence of a spell or a ritual or anything like that done in this area that these bodies are a part of? My hypothesis is that the bodies were a part of a ritual and then it put the mind stones in them, or because I don't want it to be we just have mind stones in our
It might be
I really don't.
relevant. Steven, you can correct me. Wasn't there something in the book too about everyone having innately creature talk or something in them, to where like you could make a juicer out of everybody or something?
Some creatures are born with creature talkers crystals within them. If mind crystals work similarly, maybe. You're not entirely sure how mind crystals work. You'd have to get the complete guide to mind talkers crystals to know that. But
got another book.
so
Just
you're
buy
not
the next edition, man.
exactly. You're not entirely sure. And this guy likes to sell himself. But as you are looking around the
Are there-
area, yeah, you go for it.
Are there any, and like maybe I missed it earlier? Is there any indication that these bodies were dragged to this location, like trails in the mud?
It seems like their bodies were dragged to this location. You do find a hammer as you all are looking around to break open the skulls of these individuals. I'll say, as you all are just investigating the area, right? No need for rolls, just because you all have plenty of time here. Felix, again, you recognize some of these places. As you're looking around, it doesn't seem like they're placed for a ritual, like they're not lined up in any certain way, but it does seem to be just like they're just kind of placed around this tree, giving a little bit of space in between all of them. You notice, based off of the people that you see and the faces you recognize, most of these people are people that lived around the center of the village, is kind of the vibe that you get, the general trend based off of the people you recognize. I'll say that the heads appear to be broken intentionally by this hammer. There's no other trauma of any kind on any of these bodies.
Jesus.
But I will say that, Turlon, just in your going around, there's something that you notice. You notice that there's a body wearing a cloak that kind of stands out from the rest for you specifically. You see that there are a couple of actually heavy bruises on their face, not entirely obvious upon first glance. And as you kind of go to investigate this body a little bit, you do see just peeking out of the bottom of their arm, just a scar that you recognize on their left forearm.
Okay, so yeah, I'll call that out here in a second. Before I forget about it, though, I wanted to have a conversation with Felix. Just wanted to walk up at some point as we're walking around the various bodies. I'm gonna walk up to him and just nod. This must be hard. So you have to see this.
It's not very nice. That much is for sure.
I then turn the corner. And
what's more worrying is that there are more than 30 people that lived here. So where are they?
Escape, let's hope.
There's no signs of fleeing.
As you're talking to me, you see my eyes kind of linger to the side, and I like walk over to a body, pull up an arm.
You're fucking kidding me.
Lower the sleeve, and I show you the mark.
I say that before Turlon even, like, as they reach for the arm, before they reveal it, I'm like, you're kidding me.
What is
Steven, I'm gonna look for their journal. If
Yep.
they have it, if the body has it.
Their little blue book, sure.
Yeah, I pull out. You guys see, I pull out a book. A 10 cuts journal. Every assassin has one. It's often encoded. Let's hope they didn't have anything to do with this. And I pull it out, knowing that they did in fact have something to do with it, almost certainly. And I begin to skim the book.
Yeah, you see that this is a level 2, kind of lower level, but not too high. Mentions looking for someone named Sarnalor, hoping to find them. Says it'll be a big win for him to be ranked up if they find this traitor. Says he thinks that he has found the traitor in Horrell, someone who kind of matches the description and has been acting shady recently. Is going to confront him today, and that is the last entry.
I will please ask all of you to, as players, compartmentalize the information you just heard, because I don't say it out loud, not yet. The only thing I do after reading this journal is I walk up to Felix. This is going to be very obvious. Do you know anyone who looked like me who lived here?
Did I?
There's some general elves that live there, but as you're thinking and looking about it, you look over at the body that has been taken over by the crystal. And you see in their face these elven features. The hair kind of looks similar. It's not a spitting image by literally any estimation, but
not even fucking close.
Like, but there are
stupid.
But I will say that if you're, since Turlon is directly asking about, like, do you know anybody who looks like me? not in the village, but you kind of glance over and you're like, the crystal dude
That
kind
guy
of
for
looks like you.
starters.
Yeah.
Crystal Head for starters kind of looks like you.
A little bit.
Aside from the head trauma.
I turn towards him. I point at the dead body, the 10 cuts body. That man was in town looking for me. In the journal.
You?
Yes, for me.
Yeah.
He thought he found me. I was not here, so he didn't. Is there a date? Is there a date on this entry, Steven?
Yeah, this was about 35 days ago. So when y'all were on Vaku's peak, roughly.
We were 35 days ago. Sisters, he was alive. They were alive at least 35 days ago.
Curious.
He said he was going to confront whoever it was that looked like me. I'm not trying to hide this from anyone, but I open up the journal and you see I rip a page out of it and put the page in one of my pockets before throwing the journal back on the guy's body.
Okay, hold on. I want to see if do I have this damn spell.
I need to pull up the map.
Do you realize?
Is this town? It's where we are on the map, even.
Yeah, it's roughly where you all started. It's like 10 miles away from Felix's home, so it is a little worrying that there was someone so close. Living within Oral that could have been on your trail, but obviously thought they found someone who was apparently looking shady.
So Steven,
yeah.
I didn't know that. I did not think that the recap would be as involved as it is, so I didn't really mess with my spells. I can have
spell you want.
Okay, I cast Speak with Plants.
Sure.
And I'd like to talk to the big tree.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell everyone I think I can talk to the oak tree. I'm gonna see if it saw anything. It definitely did, but
good idea.
I would say before you do the journal entry, it implied that that man, the one with the crystal, who they thought looked like me, was looking shady, walking around.
Begin to speak to the central tree in the middle, and it recognizes you by name.
What is the name of this one?
The name of this tree?
Name the tree, please. Yes, name the tree.
You must name me. I don't know my own name.
Oh.
I've never been spoken to like this.
We'll call you Horrell for now. All right, Horrell.
Hello, I am Horrell.
Hi. It's nice to meet you. So, just what happened here?
I'll say...
I don't know how... Okay, I feel like I would... Felix would probably know this. What type of... Maybe the spell says this, actually. You can ask questions. Most normal plants distinctive view of the world around them, so they don't recognize details about creatures or know anything about the world beyond their immediate vicinity. So yeah, it's like, what do you know that happened around you? There's a lot of bodies. I'm trying to figure out what caused it.
Yeah, so he goes on to explain in kind of a slowish way, as trees do. He kind of trails off every once in a while, but he does mention that, some time ago, normally there's a marketplace here. People come out. People didn't come out one night. Morning came and no one came out of their apartment or, their buildings. And slowly, this person with the crystal in their head slowly just started dragging out bodies and would break open their skulls and do exactly the thing you just saw. And that's been happening for the past 30-ish days. And I'll say that the tree notes that, when he was not busy crushing skulls, he would be writing something in a book.
So
and that's
every day he'd drag more people out, or it's just this circle for 30 days?
Yeah, he would drag like a person a day, basically.
Okay, one a day. That's fine.
But it seems like he was writing
whole circle every day. Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Not good.
I'll turn. What? 1 second, Horrell. Guys, what should we ask the tree? Sorry, I'm stressed out. What do we ask the tree? He said that I share what. It's like, oh yeah, he brought a person a day, like a month, like 30 days ago.
Can the tree see much more than that? I don't know.
Horrell, how far out can you sense?
Just in this little area here.
Just in the center of town.
What about your master? Who would have protected this town if this happened? Like,
well, he has been effectively missing for. Do I know how long? When was the last time someone spoke with him?
The last time
Tredovic.
The last time you spoke with Tredovic was
anyone.
You know, well, you only know about you communicating with Tredovic, and that was probably like 30 days before the beginning of the campaign. You're not entirely sure.
There was also the druids in.
They hadn't spoken to him in a long time, but they tried to reach out to him after seeing you. It's like, oh, I should reach out to Tredovic.
So they reached out after they saw me?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, well,
I will say, just in case it got lost, the tree did say that when he was not doing stuff with people's skulls, he was writing a bunch in a book of some kind.
Oh, yeah, he was also... Yeah, oh, he has a journal. He has a book.
I don't think we're going to be able to get anything else from the tree regarding the journal, but we definitely got to go look for the journal.
Yeah. Do you... I'll ask Coral, I'll, like, nudge the body with my foot, because he can't, like, see. Do you know if this person came from a specific building at night to rest?
He says no, he stayed out here mostly. Would sleep out by the tree.
Sorry about that.
Can you ask...
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
Can you ask the tree, Horrell, if it... And then Tarlon kind of pauses. If the tree can see...
I don't think trees have the effects.
Sense the presence of the... And I point to one of the crystals. Do they feel that?
Yeah. Horrell, so there's... Can you feel anything magical? Like magic rocks around you right now? Can you sense that?
That's how I've always known where he is. It's just, it feels old.
Oh.
It feels like, you know, when I feel you all, you're like smart or whatever. I'm not too smart. No, I'm just
Don't say that about yourself, Horrell.
But when I see that, it's like the smartest thing I've ever thought. Like, it's so smart. It's crazy.
Oh. It can.
Can you ask the tree if it... Well, if it senses that, can you ask it if it senses a similar presence in, like, I don't know how you explain the concept of a brain to a tree, but, like, you know, in our heads.
Oh, yeah. Can you... Okay, so can you... I'll turn back to Horrell. Horrell, can you feel... So you could feel that guy and his big head thing. Can you feel that same energy in any of us or any of the bodies?
Yeah, like, you know, he's like, that's how I know, like, a squirrel comes by, not super smart, but, like, smarter than me. You know, I'm just a tree. But
you gotta be nicer to yourself, man.
But
you guys hear me say that.
Then you...
In regular comment.
You humans come around and, like, wow, you guys are smart. But then this guy he's been getting smarter and smarter over these past 30 days. And yeah, the people that have been dragged here, now that you kind of mentioned it, they seem like a little bit smarter than, like, your average human. I don't know what that means, but this guy seems super smart. Yeah, like, all of them had, like, just a little bit more smart. Obviously, they're dead now. They're not smart anymore. But, you know, they had lots of smart. And that one over there, and you see a tree rustles kind of a little bit above Turlon. That one over there, that one seems like the same kind of smartness as these bodies.
Huh. Well, thank you, Horrell. Turlon, I got bad news.
Turns to Turlon. Turlon, I got bad news.
Yeah.
Tree has told me.
So, you might have a mind crystal in you now. Like these corpses did.
Not Turlon. Good thing the mind crystal stealer is dead.
That is, yeah, pretty fortunate.
Hope there's not
That
more
could-
of them.
That could also be Turlon. Why you? I hope there's no more of these crystals.
That would suck, man. That would suck. I suppose it would explain the
why you react differently.
I also pointed like the exact, intense, specific spot in my head where I feel pain whenever I'm near these things. It might explain this spot of pain.
Guys, this sucks. I say in character. I don't like this at all.
Well, if we ever run into another mind crystal stealer type character, try to kill me before that does, all right?
Yeah, I'll blow up your head or something.
Yeah.
To stop him from getting it.
Or something.
We'll figure it out.
Okay. So
let's go find that journal.
Yeah. Is it the journal? The 10 cuts guy was one of the dead people, right? Not the crystal guy.
Yes, he was one of the dead people.
Yeah,
He was
crystal guy.
In all likelihood, he was going after the crystal guy.
Right.
Hold on, I forgot. Is there anything on the crystal guy?
That's what I'm saying. Does he have the journal?
Does he have the journal, and does he have like any markings or tattoos or just distinct features that would give insight on who he is or where he came from?
Yeah, so if you look at the crystal guy's body, first his robes are just black robes, but you notice on a symbol etched into the cloth over his heart, a symbol that Felix, Vita, and Turlon you have seen before. It's a symbol that Alden recognized in campaign, episode 4 or whatever. This is someone, what you currently know is part of the Burmy cult, the cult that is known for complete isolation, essentially, and someone who also you learned from Gatch's journal that was part of a bigger plot to, essentially blocked all of the minds of druids within the Tilki Forest, which is one of the bodies that you saw outside of Felix's home after the blizzard, who may have been blocking Felix's mind from being contacted by other druids. But anyway, so this person seems to be part of the Burmy cult. And as you look...
one of those Burmy guys? That's what this is, right?
Oh, yeah.
Kong Situ?
Anyway, go on, Steven, sorry.
You look that's so stupid. You look with it, and you see he does, in fact, have a journal. Many of the entries in the past are very short. Doesn't seem to write much. Speaks of his group, who you all know to be the Burmy cult. How he has amassed them and believes he will become a third order deity with enough followers. It seems more and more that this may be the journal of Holt Aita, who is the person that was called out by name by Gatch.
Cult leader.
To be the cult leader, essentially. Mentions meeting Gatch, discusses parts of the plan. Gatch laid out, essentially, that he would block the minds of druids. Says that he stopped by in Horrell to enact his plan on the druid here, who Felix to imagine to be Tredivik. Was nearly killed by one of Gatch's animals during the blizzard. The plan kind of fell apart. The storm disappeared. Who knows why. Laid low in Horrell to not be suspected. And one day while fighting, got in a fight with someone who suspected he was someone else they were looking for. Killed him. And their head broke open in their attack, and a small purple crystal fell out, which was odd, so he kept it and hid the body. The rest of the entries, this is maybe about 60 days ago. kind of at the beginning of y'all's campaign. The rest of the entries continue to get shorter and shorter, kind of more sparse, mentioning hiding, but they keep speaking more and more about these crystals, putting it back together, must complete it, or else, lots of these kind of things. And disturbingly, all of the entries, since then, there are no more dates. It is just pages and pages and pages of put it back together over and over and over again in this journal. And it completes the journal, like every page within this book, which is, hundreds of pages.
Can I ask a question to Turlan? Turlan, was there any sort of, this might be a touchy subject.
And Vita's great at those.
Was there any sort of, let me put it this way. The tree has said that you have a mind crystal in your head.
Potentially.
This guy accidentally found another 10 Cuts member who he accidentally broke open his head, and he also had a mind crystal in his head. Is there any way when you maybe join the 10 Cuts, did they put this? Do you remember something like this? Does that add up? Some ritual.
Thurlan laughs a little and shakes their head. No, there was no mind crystal insertion ritual to join the 10 Cuts. What I will say, Vida, that I think is much more concerning is, yes, there happened to be 2 members of the 10 Cuts that we know who had the mind crystals in their head. But also, happenstance, there were at least 30 in this small Tiligi Forest town with the mind crystals in their head. I find that a much more promising lead. And a question we ought to answer while we're here.
Well, what's his journal say about is there a point in time where it's like the town shifts from being normal to the point in time where everyone just doesn't leave anymore and he starts dragging people out?
Maybe it's right around the put it together part.
Yeah, is there any other inciting event or anything?
It seems like, the tree said about 30 days ago, no one woke up, one night. He did not have any more details beyond that. But
we know based on the journal entry, it was 35 days ago that the other guy was alive.
Yep.
The 10 Cuts guy.
What does it say he does when he gets the first crystal again from the 10 Cuts guy? Like the first
he just
piece
took
he
it
finds?
Because it was cool. But then the days after, he starts talking about the crystal a little bit more. And then, roughly 30 days ago, it starts being put together.
Above board, I think there's probably something fucked up and weird about the town itself with no relation to the 10 Cuts or this guy that is causing an especially large amount of purple crystal brains to be here.
I wonder if it's the
and
crystal.
This guy just happened to take advantage of it.
Like maybe we're just super strong compared to the average person, but maybe if he took that first crystal from the 10 Cuts guy and it sent out a wave like we had every time he did it, maybe all these normal people just fucking went to zero and a mind crystal started. But
as you all are discussing that, suddenly you hear from a street from behind, you hear a door open, and you all look, and you see someone emerging from a door, someone kind of push through the door and stumble out. No crystal on their head, but just looks to be a civilian. Kind of comes out, and then you see a second person come out of the door, and you see these people look unbelievably malnourished. Like, they are skinny. They kind of come out, and they are looking dazed, looking around, confused, almost like blinded by the sunlight. And then on other streets, people begin to also emerge into the streets, and they all look over and they see you. And they slowly kind of start walking towards you with no, intent to harm or something. They just are wide-eyed, completely confused. And these are people, Felix, you recognize, but they look thin. They wear these clothes. You can see that there's these stains on their clothes, like these liquid stains on the front of their shirts. They look skinny, and as they begin to approach you all as a group, they look, it's like 2 and then 3 and then more and more people you see just in the streets around. More and more people begin to emerge, and they all begin thanking you. They see the carnage around and they look shocked, but they begin thanking you. It's just a cacophony as everyone is kind of surrounding you. They are thanking you for killing that person. It's been trapping them. They mentioned this crystal sticking out of the head. They mentioned, some are, looking at it, and you hear whispers of the lights within that crystal. Like, what the fuck was that crystal? What is this person? What is this thing that they're seeing? They talk about how this was an evil person. They had come around to all of their places, and they had been just feeding them slop, just in their open mouths, and they haven't been able to move for days on end. It appears like, you hear words of people essentially like, I've been stuck in my bed for I don't even know how long. I haven't been able to tell how many days it's been. And some people are like, I think I counted 30 days. I think I've counted like 31 days. Someone says 28. I've been stuck in my bed.
I would hate to be conscious for this. Can you fucking imagine?
Everybody.
Wake up, but you're still paralyzed. Yeah. Awful. Absolutely fucking foul.
I was assuming this whole time that it was like an instant everyone in the village dies situation. This is so much. This is so much worse.
Yeah. Wow. They people are, some people recognize you, Felix, and they are so unbelievably thankful that the druid has come to save them. They were worried that someone would try and check up on them. Someone would and that some people go over to some of the bodies on the ground, and you can see them actively mourning some people that have been lost. It seems as though you don't see anyone emerging from the close by homes. It seems like maybe these 30 people were just the closest people that were around. Do you all say or do anything with these people? It's dozens and dozens of people start to emerge from these homes, all of them looking thin, frail. They just look like they need to eat, right?
So like, is it like the leader of this town, like the mayor? Would that be the position? What would
there would be a leader, just the leader of horror.
What? Yeah. Do I know that person?
You'd absolutely know that person and know where they live. You've corresponded
I would like
with them before.
Yeah, I'd like to take you all. I'd like to announce to everybody that I will help with the funeral rites, and we shall put your loved ones to rest. But first, you need to keep them where they are. Mm-hmm. Morning can come later. For now, we need to figure this out. So I don't want them to move the bodies.
Yep, they absolutely listen to you, no questions. They are shocked, but they are willing to listen as much as possible. I'll say you all are able to get to the mayor's house. It is a man named Jared. It's just a few blocks away.
Go Jared.
Hi, Jared.
You all, and as soon as you enter the home, you see Jared with his wife. It seems like they are just coming to terms with everything, and you enter this home, and they look relieved to see you. They are ecstatic that Felix essentially has come save the day. They are out of whatever prison they were in.
I'll like Mayor Jared, ma'am. Do you know what happened to? When was the last time you saw Tredovic?
They look at you and they say, I was thinking the same things. I don't know if he's fallen. You must check on him. Do you know if your parents are okay? Do you know if anyone else? Like, is everyone fine? We haven't gone out yet.
Would they say, "Are your parents okay?" And Felix is like, "Oh my god!" and he runs, and then just kind of sprints towards their house.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Fair. Your parents' house is kind of on the edge of the village, which you are thankful for after realizing that so many people were close. I will say, just above board, if you all had not come back here for a long time, who knows
It would
what
be
would
dead.
happen.
Yep.
But you all rush to the house. It's a quaint home, very evidently not too many rooms, not too big. It's kind of off to the side, off by the walls of the village. And you all enter, and you see your parents, Lyra and Simon, are both within the home. They appear to be checking in on one another, and they are overjoyed to see you. And they are also almost taken aback as well to see the...
Dude, Simon, dude.
God.
Oh, it's all adding together.
It's all adding together. The three people, they also seem to be shocked and pleased to see the three individuals that you're with, Felix, as well. Like, they don't know. I'll say they do not know who you are at all, but as you enter, you see, and it, kind of tears at your heart a little bit, Felix, to see your parents looking extremely hungry, malnourished, right? They need to eat something, but they are healthy otherwise and happy to see you all. Again, similar stains just kind of on their chest of however many feedings they've gotten from this individual.
The slop stains. Terrible word.
The slopper.
Okay, well, I enjoy hugging my living parents.
For sure.
Hey guys.
Okay, woke ass.
I didn't ask you guys to follow me.
I did not follow
okay.
you.
Nah, I didn't.
Okay.
Just talking to these villagers.
Okay, yeah.
They both kind of mention how much more grown you look. Like, they kind of hold onto your face and they see,
Thank you. Yeah, that's.
it's only been so
we can
long
go
that
through all that in a moment.
Yes.
You're 30 days older, at least.
At least. I really appreciate it, but there are more. I just kind of am looking outside. There's more pressing things I have to be dealing with. I'll be back later this evening. Love you both.
Yes.
And I
give you a big hug once again. You speed on. Where do you speed to?
Back to. I just left them at the mayor's house. I'm gonna go back there.
Felix re-arrives at the mayor's house.
Okay, they're alive. We're good. I'm good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Right. You have parents?
Yes, I do.
You don't want us to meet them?
I don't really think that was the
Would you like to?
factor of what he just did.
Sorry,
I don't
off
really
topic
care.
later.
You can meet them. You can meet them if you want,
Nah,
but
I don't really care.
okay, cool.
I don't even care, man. I don't even. I'm just so glad you didn't invite me.
I will say also, unless there's very specific things that y'all would like to do, I'll say that you all can arrange with the mayor. I mean, you are going to ask. If you want to ask specific questions, they can absolutely answer them.
Huh?
But
Yeah, you tricked us.
I have nothing really to ask, but this is obviously Felix's
Okay,
situation,
so what I want to do is fuck. Okay, first I would like to take all of us to go to wherever Tredovic has set up.
Sure.
But what I want, and you tell me y'all's opinions of this. I'm thinking of the idea of what if it's the energy that made the crystals grow in their heads? I want to see if any of the bodies that have not had their skulls cracked open. Are there any of those?
I will say that the body he was working on seemed to be the freshest. So it seems like he takes them out one by one and then breaks their head open.
And is the head intact or no?
The one
I just want to see if
the one he was working on still has some crystals in there. The other ones just straight up don't have any crystals. And I will say, when speaking with people, if you speak to people about the lights, people do mention they did not see the lights within the crystal. At first it was just this dude with the purple crystal that was much smaller, but as it's grown on, they've seen more lights within the crystals, which kind of gives some credence to what you're thinking about
okay, so
maybe the crystals have grown in their head, maybe due to the proximity.
Foul thought.
We gotta get rid of these things.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I have thoughts sometimes.
The only thing I want to do is I want to like help with the burials of these people and like spells to grow a bunch of food so they can eat.
Absolutely.
But we can do that. We don't have to, but that's for like later. I just want to go see what happened at Tredovik's abode.
Absolutely. You all head to Tredovik. It is about maybe a quarter of a mile away, in the in the forest.
I didn't make it to the mute button. I'm sorry.
In the forest, quarter mile, kind of outside of the walls. There's a small hut that you have been to many times, Felix. And you see he is outside. Seems like is an older man. It is one of the few times that you have ever seen him almost distressed and not stoic.
You are alive?
He sees you, Felix, and you see him jump, and he just goes to hug you, which he's only maybe done a few times in his life.
I thought you were fucking dead. What? Why have you not? What? Why has no one heard from you? Why haven't I heard from you?
They have been trying to send me so many messages, and I have not been able to respond. I have been able to move my lips so that I could respond to them. One of them said that you are in. One of them said you are in Kiyasi. They mentioned you in Kiyasi. What has been happening?
Yeah, there's a lot's been happening, Tredovic.
I've never seen this crystal.
Yeah.
Whatever was in this person's head. Did you take care of him? Is that why we're?
Yeah, he's super dead.
Oh, thank the gods above.
All right, real quick.
Thank God.
I take out the small
How
purple
much you think the
crystal
doctor had saved you?
with like a little. I'm not touching it. I'm like,
Yeah.
Tredovic, do you see anything moving in this crystal?
He looks at it and he says, "Yes, I've noticed the lights that move within. Is that
All right,
not
not
something
good.
that you see?"
You're speaking
No.
my language.
No. No.
That is not good.
Don't. It's not. So. All right, Steven. So I personally like this man, and I want to trust him.
Yeah.
But I also know that the information that we have been gathering in the past like 2 months, is a big deal, and we can't just be sharing willy-nilly.
Mm-hmm.
Does Tredovic seem like a guy that I could trust bringing into the fold, at least somewhat?
For sure. This dude only talks to you, basically, and
That's
sometimes
good,
comes
that's good.
into the village. Like he is,
Okay.
he's a druid in the classic sense. He's very much.
As
like
we're
you.
walking
He's
up,
just
I'll be
close
like,
to-
all right, if this guy's alive, we can get help from him because he literally only talks to me. Okay, like he's not gonna squeal about anything we got going on. Okay,
This guy's sick.
This guy's
pretty
this
good.
guy's
Guy.
in.
All
This
right.
guy's
this
in.
guy's in it. Like, all right, well, don't
Defeated
touch
some
these. If you see any purple, even if it's just like an amethyst or whatever, just don't touch it. Okay.
Sis,
Make sure that-
do not touch it.
Make sure that the villagers don't touch it either. Make sure they know that. And I don't care what you got to do, just like threaten pain of violent natural death if you gotta. And say that animals will tear at their souls or something. I don't know. Just don't touch this.
He's
because-
nodding along. Yeah, you go.
We don't know the finer points of it, but there is like some malign intelligence in, I guess, all of these, that can control you and influence you. Well, influence you so powerfully that you are practically being controlled. And while I don't think any of them will be a serious threat, I really don't want them all to be controlled. That is what frightens me. So,
He's
I'm glad you're
nodding
okay.
along. He's nodding along with everything he says, and you see he kind of just places a hand on your shoulder, and he's just kind of looking at you as the energy kind of calms down a little bit. He says,
I'm really glad you're okay.
You've grown up so much in such a short time. I'm so proud
I've
of
been
you,
told
Felix.
So Mom and Dad said too. Thank you.
And he, shakes the hand of the other three, introduces himself.
Right. This is Vita. This is John. And this is Tarlon.
Hello.
Hello.
I can
Hi.
also see the little thingies.
Yeah, Vita. Sorry, Tarlon. Tarlon was the one that we not guinea pigged. We learned the hard way about the purple crystals. They're called Tulchrist crystals, by the way.
Keep that name to yourself.
Yeah. Don't. Oh, by the way, don't share this with anybody.
Oh,
Not
fuck,
that you
I
would.
told another person. Damn it.
Not that I think you would, but like
In game,
This is-
in game. We don't mean it.
my mouth is sealed. Don't worry.
yeah, this can get you killed. Like very
Not by us, by
powers that be.
Not us.
by literal
Yeah.
gods.
Powers that be don't like this information.
Yes. I know how dangerous they are.
Vita is great. He's virtually a month old. It's a long story. And John is the strongest thing I've ever seen in my life. They're all pretty great. Now the introduction's out of the way.
Well, except for Cockababy Joe.
Well,
Why is he here?
he's
He lives
Where
here.
you come from?
Felix, this is my adopted son. I call him Joseph.
I sent him off to win money.
He loves to fight in cage matches, and I think, well, that's great enrichment for the boy.
I would kill the boy.
My chud son, I love him so
My
much.
chud son, who I hate. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you can. I'll say you can fill in Tredovic as much as you
fill
would
in.
like over time. Have a conversation. It seems like he is new to all of this, but if there are kind of druidic aspects that at any point in time to one, and now especially now that he can freaking communicate with people, you would be able to ask questions of him from now on. He will likely check in with you from now on. So if you ever have a question,
That's good.
don't worry about it. I'll say you all meet Felix's parents. Lyra is
Oh.
delighted. The mother is delighted that and it's like, oh, I'm so proud of you, Felix. You have friends. I want to meet and hug all of them. And they hug, and each of you, she's so ready. She wants to make you all a meal. And Simon.
Don't let her and I make it for her. She can't stand.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm surprised she can walk.
Yeah, she quickly allows you to take over. And Simon, slaps you on the back. Felix is proud of you for being an adventurer now. You tell him about your escapades. You are the Storm Hunters now. You have a name. They keep dismissing their physical state because they're just so happy to see you. They're like, oh, don't worry about it, but it's very clear that they need to eat something. But I will say that over this time, if there's anything we can discuss after the session, if you want anything to happen within.
I don't have any big questions. They're okay. Tredovic is trustworthy with this stuff, and my parents aren't dead. So
Is there
Huge.
huge.
Yeah, is there just a chance I kind of see others somewhere like in the kitchen? Now that this whole town has Talker's crystals in their head, is anyone gonna come after them because of that? Like, should they prepare?
Is it everybody? Or
I assume if they were all affected by the shit.
We can have Tredovic do that. I was thinking
Yeah.
if I would help because I'm not handing this crystal over, but we could have the mayor say that, call everyone in, and then we just kind of be like, hey, can you see stuff in this? And they either answer yes or no. So we like a census, I guess, and then give the list of people who can see it to Tredovic, unless it's everybody.
Yeah, good idea.
If it's less than everybody, I'll just be like, hey, make sure that these people are in danger, so protect them.
That plan can absolutely be taken into place. I'll say that you all can stay as much as you want. Felix, you probably stay for longer. You can, have a ceremony for the dead. A big feast is held in the middle of the village once everything is cleaned up for everyone to eat. Luckily, everything hasn't gone too bad. It hasn't been too long. So they were able to go into food storages, and a kind of mournful atmosphere turns a little bit into a brighter atmosphere. And I will say for the recap portion, we can move on to Siskin the Cursed. And before we do so, I just want to say this is fully above board. This is fully above campaign almost. Just as a fun little tidbit. When I first started, 2 years ago, this campaign, my first original story, all the advice was like, start in a small town, get some people laid out, have like a little hook for different players, right? All the advice. So my original plan, which looking back I could have pushed way better, but my original plan was for you all to go to you all would go there. The first of the Gatch
let
people.
them die.
The first of the Gatch people. The first of the Gatch people was going to be Holt. There was going to be the 10 Cuts member there. There was someone there that Alden knew. There was going to be the first Talker's crystals you all would have seen were going to be the Mind crystals, which happened to be because you all went into.
Instead, we were exposed to them in a different reality.
Exactly.
Okay, so does it matter if I for the story at this point? Who did Alden know? Who was it gonna be?
It was going to be an old classmate, not a bully of yours, but someone who recognized you from.
And by old, he's the kid's probably 16 now.
Exactly. It's a kid.
We'll never know.
Yeah.
So there would have been some shenanigans.
I'm glad I don't know.
But I love it because after the dream, Felix, you were gung ho. It's like, we're going to that fucking mountain. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go to the mountain. I think I could have pushed it a little bit more. It's like, oh, let's go to the village because Kenny, because you all needed to figure out what to do with Kenny. I should have pushed oh, there's the perfect place in your village to handle Kenny or something like that.
I love that there was consequences in real time for us ignoring that,
and so
they just slowly died every day.
And so that's how it is. 2 years later, we get to Horrell, but
we get there.
That's just,
we made it.
That's a funny little. I've been excited for you all to get to Horrell eventually because there's little tidbits that have been growing here for a while. You all make it to Siskin's, the cave that leads to Siskin's lair, kind of this back door that you all had previously been. You all are going to go to Siskin. I will say, just for, if you want it, you will get the purple crystal, the head of the dude, from Horrell. You should definitely be the one to have that. That can be something. You now have 3 different, very big purple crystals, or of varying sizes. One is much bigger.
Legend Siskin with all 3. Turn them back.
And you walk up, and the entrance to the cave, which if you remember before was this 10-foot wide hole that was just dug into the ground. It is now widened. You see that there are trees around the hole that are knocked straight down. The area has pools of this glowing green liquid that are seeped into the ground. And as you all make your way into the cave, you see it is slightly wider now, but there are deep scratches and claw marks throughout the ceiling, the floor. It is now 20-30 feet wide. It is now opened up. Any remnants of where you had all seen this, only 30 days ago, 25 days ago, is non-existent practically. Maybe not that long, like 20 days. You have to kind of walk quickly through different spots to dry spots, just so your shoes don't kind of burn off, just because as you're walking through this liquid, again, it's very acidic. But there are spots you can kind of walk through. You do not see any signs of life like before. You would see bears and wolves. There are just no signs of life throughout this cave. And as you get closer to the lair, you begin to hear the sounds of ripping flesh, chewing, kind of these feral grunts, as you're maybe 50 feet around where there would be a corner where you all would turn. Is there anything you all want to do to prepare before you get to Siskin?
I'd say I feel like this would be is this a different day?
It's a completely different day. You're all healed up. You can have whatever spells you want. This is the day you went to Siskin, so...
I have just Cleanse Affliction and Resist Energy. Filled all of my spell slots as evenly as I can get them.
Sounds good. Any other prep?
And I also would have wanted to, with whoever wants to join me, I need Vita's help because he can read it. Try to figure out how to make an antidote for the creature crystals. Like reverse engineer them using mind crystals to try to make something or figure out a ritual or whatever to undo their effects on a
I'll
living
join
being.
because I have some experience doing pasting work with the crystals, so that might be able to contribute.
Very true.
Yeah, I will say your best bet, you all figure out looking through the various concoctions. A lot of them are like, oh, potions or something. Like, you need to get Siskin to eat whatever you want to feed it. Now, how much crystals, you're not entirely sure, but probably the more the merrier. But because this, especially now the carnage that you're kind of seeing, beforehand, that Siskin is, Siskin before was just barely holding back this curse within him to talk to you all, right? And it was only through some, clever uses of acidic resistance from Felix that you all were able to talk to him for any longer. But remember, you could see his eyes were kind of flaring up. He was like holding something back, and he would have attacked even if he didn't want to, if you all had stayed any longer. You can only imagine now that he's kind of long gone. So he may recognize you all, he may not. But your best sound is to feed this thing to him. Now, if you all want to do that in paste form, that is something that could be done with Turlon's pasting kit. You could turn these crystals into more of this paste. If you wanted to melt it, that's probably going to be harder to eat, right? That's more of something you drink. It's up to you. How do you all want to take these crystals? Or you could just, feed him the crystals. If it seems like he was so hungry that maybe he just eat crystals.
If he was acting completely normally, I would say there's no risk at all. The best thing to do is just hand him the crystals, right? He's an intelligent dragon, he can eat them. I'd say our biggest concern is probably whether or not he's going to act accordingly, right?
Okay, I got an idea.
So we
Okay,
need to plan for that.
So I can do the resist energy, and I can also speak fairy to him, which will help. But even if he doesn't, I think what we should do is we should get like an animal or something, like meat, kill it, and then stuff the crystals. I think all three of the purple crystals we have, or however much is appropriate, based on our research, we should stuff them in the animal corpse, and then either he's insane and he eats it because he's feral, or he's normal and he's like, we're like, hey man, this will make it go down easier.
So I was thinking the exact same thing.
Like a dog.
It's like, there's like sneaking medicine in the dog's food.
Hell yeah.
John, would you be okay to carry this?
Let's try
the animal, whatever. It can be whatever animal John wants to kill. It's big enough for a dragon.
I'll just go find the...
There you go. Sorry.
I'll just go try and find the biggest animal I can to kill it.
Let's try and save one crystal hog, if we can.
Okay.
Let's change. We'll save the small one because I doubt that'll have much of an effect on like a big guy. So
yeah.
The other two big ones, like the one we got from the false Hydra and the one we got from the guy's head, we put in the boar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My foundry is a black screen right now. There we go. It's back.
I'll say no roll needed. You can absolutely find some large beast of boar.
Let's change it up. I'm gonna find. I found an elk. I found a big old buck.
Hell yeah! You're just carrying around this elk. I love it. You can absolutely stuff it in. Do you use both of the big crystals? Try and stuff them in.
I think we should.
Yeah, I agree. The more the merrier. I mean, Siskin was pretty rotten the last time we saw him, so I feel like he needs as much as he can get.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll say you do for a moment. You feel like there's almost this like static pull between the two, but you keep them separate, or you can put them together. I mean, you saw what happened when you put them together. There's kind of this burst of psychic power, but that's up to you.
I don't want Siskin to also have a mind crystal in him. That'd be really bad.
So
I don't know if it would work because he's like corrupted by the creature one, but
exactly. You all can keep them separate. You hide them within this elk. Love it. And we jump back. We now have an elk filled with purple crystals. And you, as you are getting closer to the lair again, you hear this ripping of flesh, chewing, and you turn the corner and you see Siskin the Cursed, hunched over, facing away from you in the center of his large lair, tearing into something. I do want to remind everyone Siskin looks like.
yeah, give me that shit.
I'll just send it again. I got it. Could send it, but here is Siskin the Cursed. Enter, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yup.
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 Here is Siskin the Cursed, and as you turn the corner, you see him there hunched over. He's facing away from you. He's in the center of his large lair, and it looks like he's just tearing into something. And the lair you see around you is just decimated. There are green liquid just lines almost every surface, almost dripping from the ceiling. The neat shelves and the pile of treasure that was once kind of Siskin's bed and little home in the corner of the cave is just broken, shattered, covered in liquid, just strewn all around. You see coins are across the entire chamber. You see the bodies of every kind of creature are just strewn around in various parts. You see some of these creatures are people. You see heads, arms torn apart of, various wildlife, but also people, remnants of, I should say. And Siskin, as he is feasting, he is moving quickly in his feast, almost too eagerly. You can see it across his back now, and his body is much leaner. There are bones protruding out of his back. The joints are more angled than they were before. You see torn holes in the flesh and in the wings that are just vacant, and you see just this green liquid almost pouring out of them. I will move us over and activate the scene for blank.
Let's get active.
Why would we need a scene for this?
Because we're getting active.
I don't know if you need to do
bro.
anything with him, dude.
It's called being in an activity.
As we approach, I would like to call out in fairy.
Okay.
Siskin, are you home?
I love it.
Sounds like I'm.
Honey.
Anyone there?
I feel like fairy is a language to people who don't speak it. It sounds like complete nonsense. I'm singing complete nonsense. Like it's every sentence is a full condensed sounds like a lyric, even though it's multiple words.
It sounds like incessant giggling.
Not that.
not as cool as what I was saying.
Not that.
Literally, just.
All right, I got it. I had a full conversation. That'd be so awful.
You say, Siskin, are you there?
Yes,
or
I do.
Are you home? You see, all of you. You see Siskin just quickly turns around, almost too quickly, and you see green flames begin to just pour out of his skull, out of his mouth, flickering, nearly 3 feet upwards. But as it looks around and sees all of you, the flames just subside, and as you begin speaking, Felix, in Fae, the flames subside to just green embers for just a moment, almost. The flames keeping out of the mouth is just this green glow out of this skull, this dragon skull. And in a crackling, feral voice, you remember his voice being, kind of distorted almost, but had still some presence to it. But now there is no intelligence, practically no intelligence behind these eyes. It is just animalistic, feral instinct. But it does say to you, friends, did you bring me food? and you see
holding
it kind
the
of
elk
it
above my
slowly
head.
starts to move back and forth, its claws kind of digging into the ground in anticipation. The solid stone beneath it is just scratching as it is just staring at the elk that you have, John.
We do have food. You just have to eat all of it and chew very well. Okay?
You see it's not putting its eyes on you at all, Felix. You see its head, or Siskin's head, just nod up and down.
I walk up with the elk and just kind of put it down.
Toss it in there. Or that.
I'll say, as soon as it leaves your hands, John, just lightning quick, you see its Siskin just quickly just grab and snarl and bite into it, and you see he begins to thrash it around, and I'll say you worry for a moment that the crystals are going to fly out, but luckily you've sewn it in well enough that it'll stay there. Thrashes it around, and you see he puts one giant claw down onto it and just starts to begin tearing into it, not even caring for a moment that there's something within it. You see just one half of the giant elk is just torn off and just goes down into this green glowing gullet. Like, where is the throat on this creature? If it's just a skull, but it just seems to go down and disappear into its body. And within, 3 to 5 seconds, it tears through in just 2 giant bites and tears into the elk. And you see as it kind of finishes, it kind of looks back to you and it begins to speak. It's about to say, "Annie," and you see all of the green flame just instantly vanish within its eyes. It's just a skull looking back at you. And you see almost pouring out of all of the open wound on its body, all of this green liquid begin to just pour out as it reaches its head above and just lets out this terrifying screech. This screech of both pain but also just release, a roar that just rocks all of your ears as you see Siskin begins to thrash around his lair, like just in every random direction. Like, if you all do not get behind something, he will likely run into you. It does not seem like he's attacking, but it seems like he is attacking something within his body that is fighting against his body. As you see it is thrashing around. Do you all do anything? Do you all kind of just stand back?
Yeah, man, I get behind
something.
something.
Out the way.
I get behind something.
Get out the way.
Hell yeah. I'll say you hide, you get behind the corner, you do, and it is thrashing around. You see he's flapping his wings and he's slamming his body into the top of the cave. And he's just slamming into the walls the whole time, just leading
it's
out
working.
this terrible screech.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you think that's a good thing? This is a good thing?
As you see, it's a terrifying sight, because in this moment you can see just the curse that is within this Gatch's curse that has been within Siskin is growing is seemingly being reversed in real time. You see skin begin to grow around the skull as it is just thrashing around. Face is beginning to form musculature. You see popping out of its plain flesh before Siskin's whole bunch of scales begin to emerge, and just these bleeding slits as these scales begin to emerge all across its body. You see its wings, the holes and that were in its flesh and in its wings are slowly just going to form back in. Again, it's almost imperceptible as it is. Siskin is just thrashing all around this room. Its tint, the tint of Siskin's skin before was this pale green color that was just oozing green liquid constantly, but now it is getting to more of a rich green color. You see skin is beginning to form around the horns that are now holding it into place. These previous bone fragments are now having musculature over it and these green scales. And as it begins to thrash a lot less, and even though it's been rolling in this liquid, it kind of shakes it off, and looking down, still facing you all, just facing the entrance of wherever you have been hiding, just you hear this deep, heavy sound as you all now look at Siskin the Cured. I will
Let's
send.
go!
I will send.
Let me see
some,
my boy.
I will send Siskin
Show him to us
Cure.
normal style.
Normal
Gotta
style.
go normal style.
Let me.
Siskin going normal mode.
Better make him a little cutie patootie, bro.
Scaly moment.
I have been looking at this art for all week.
Oh,
What a lovely young man. What a lovely young man.
What a fine gentleman.
And there's
Fine chap.
Siskin the Cured.
Normaler.
Good artwork, Steven. That's very good.
That's very good.
Cutie.
I know. I love switching.
Can you imagine
between
you're a
the two.
dragon and that's your name? Siskin the What if that was your title? Cutie.
Mm-hmm.
Siskin the
crazy.
Cutie.
Siskin
Yeah,
the
I
Cured.
know, guys. Anyway, go on.
Oh yeah. So you all are now looking upon Siskin the Cured. He is breathing deep in and out. Let me in Foundry. I'm getting rid of Siskin the Cursed. And let's get Siskin
that
the
boy
Cured in here.
Yeah.
And as you all look upon Siskin the Cured, he's breathing in heavy, and you see his eyes open up. These yellow eyes, green scales. Now in the movements of Siskin, no longer feral. Again, there just is this moment, just a moment, where you see it opens its eyes and looks at you, and there's just a moment where you all are like, oh fuck, this is a dragon, this is still this terrifying beast that I have heard of before, and just only heard tales of, and not so long ago was very tentatively maybe going to fight this creature, but formed a short friendship. Siskin looks to you all and breathes and says, oh, thank you. Thank you. I cannot thank you all enough. You see it kind of, its head like almost stretches out. You see it stretches out its wings as he, this wingspan of like 30 feet is just in front of you, just, as it stretches out its head upward a good 15, 20 feet into the air as it looks now, arching its head back down to you. And looks to you all and says, oh, what was the curse that afflicted me, and how did you cure it?
It's a secret.
Complicated.
Well, we can, guys.
We just told the mayor. Do we gotta tell him how?
Do you? 1 second, Siskin. Vita, who do you think is gonna interrogate a dragon?
What if something happens to him again? He goes, "Who are his people?"
The
I'm
dragon.
writing about the dragon people.
Look, Siskin is our friend now. Okay.
All right.
Like Felix, if I'm inclined to agree with you, but I just have to ask you one question. You understand these creatures and the forest better than any of us.
That is correct.
Do these creatures, the dragon, and I kind of look up at Siskin, they don't have any innate connection to the gods, do they? They're not related. They're not.
That's right.
They're not likely to work with them.
You see Siskin shakes his head and he says, I hate the gods.
See?
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
Well, I'm inclined to agree then, Felix. But I share your concern in general, Vida, that we have to be cautious about who we tell.
All right, look. If we share it with Joe Average, right? Like he could get interrogated and tortured and like mind controlled or whatever. And like I guess they did. Okay, not I guess they did do something fucked up to Siskin, but it made him like a rabid animal that's in no state to share information.
Yeah.
So I just don't. If something can wring information out of a dragon, we are already so fucked. I don't really think it matters if they get that info or not.
You could probably share it with Joe above average.
Yeah, we need a Joe above average at minimum.
Joe amazing.
Right.
That'd be ideal. We're not gonna tell him the whole thing either. It's fine. All right. Anyway, Siskin. So you were cursed by crystals that were made into a juice that was then applied to your body. Those kinds of crystals all have an opposite that counteract each other. So we had the crystals that counter the ones you were cursed with. And by eating them, you were able to negate their magic. So that's how we were able to do it.
It was inside the elk.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Storm Hunters, by the way.
Sorry I had to deceive you like that.
Yeah.
Well,
You don't
thank
have to be a storm hunter if you don't want to be.
It's
thank you, Storm
optional.
Hunters. I appreciate the gesture, and you see that he is picking up just different parts of animals that he's torn apart, but he especially is picking up, like, there's like the torso, like the headless torso of like a human being, and he's just looking at it. Then he places it back down on the ground. You all, as I said, I cannot thank you all enough. You all have allowed me to be able to be judged by the Ancient One. Without all of this on my record, he kind of looks around. It will take time to undo all of the awful deeds I have done. But you all have given me that chance. And he kind of looks to you, he kind of starts to walk over to you, and again, just with every footstep as he's walking, this is a large, intelligent creature, but seems to be, incredibly thankful to you, so it shows no sign of threat. And he says, the most I can give is the best gift any of my kin can give. And you see he takes one of his claws and he reaches towards his chest and he pulls out a scale. And a scale is like, maybe this big, like a face-sized scale. And he hands it, I'd say he would just hand it out, whoever wants to take it.
And you just my connection.
It seems like
he hands it to you, Turlon, and he says,
Thank you.
And he says, if ever in need, you have helped one of my kin. If you are ever in need of help, just blow into that, and the nearest of my kin come to your aid in something that whatever you require of it. They know that you have,
Anything?
in order to get that, you have to.
I don't like how you asked that, Vita.
Had to have helped in some way. And he kind of bows his head down as he closes his eyes, and then bows his head back up.
Glad to see you're doing better.
Any item level you'd consider that, Steven? Just adding the item to my inventory?
15 is what the level.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, all right, man.
Sure.
Sure, man, whatever.
I just thought that was going to be a fucking scale. I'm just going to consider that a shared group item.
We don't know what it does yet, I guess. I mean, we do, but...
You blow into
I know what it does.
It summons a dragon, essentially, is the gist of what you get. You can ask
I have
questions
that,
if you want.
I have that in my inventory right now, but I'm just going to assume we all have equal access to that, because I feel horrible hoarding that. So
it's a group item.
Yeah, we got it.
I made it. If you want to take a copy of the one that I made to put in my inventory, I just put it in chat.
Grazie.
Oh yeah. You all, you ask anything else of Siskin? It seems like he is almost mourning his previous self as he is going throughout his lair, picking up books, his shelves that he has curated, obviously, and torn down.
Well, I've already asked him. Oh wait, Steven, the conversation that we would have over text, would that take place now?
You want it to?
Okay, yeah, sure. So one of the things Steven and I did over text is Siskin asks, what the fuck did he ask?
He's asked, how did you know the Fey language?
Oh. And I just explained to him that I taught myself over a couple years by picking apart books I could find in Horrell, and getting a very basic understanding of the language. It's only recently I've been able to like feel knowledgeable enough to be able to like actually speak it.
That's sick.
But I can read it.
He kind of
Very
nods his
easily.
head and he says, "It is difficult for only mortals from this realm to speak such a language. It is impressive that you can do it so fluently, I might add. You had also mentioned go with the grace of the Summer Queen. It is, whatever these books are that you read, it is uncommon for the people of Sumia to know anything about the realm of the Fae. But to know of her must be quite learned."
Thank you.
Do anybody else say anything to Saiska?
What are you gonna do now?
No.
Yeah.
Looks around his lair, he says, "Well, I must clean up all of this, and then I must repay in whatever way that I can, whatever this area of the forest that I have taken from, whatever settlements that I have attacked, I must try to repent and provide protection from them, do deeds in whatever way that I can. I must undo all of the damage that I have done here, or to be judged accordingly by the Ancient One."
I can send someone to help you with that if you want. Kind of get her off my back a little bit.
What?
Clean up all this shit.
Vita, who are you talking about?
Just don't worry about it.
Okay.
Not a fantastic
Just
strategy
don't
to make
worry.
a
No, hold on. No. Who's good? Who would you send to help clean up a dragon's lair? I
My
gotta know now.
apprentice.
Do a double blink
What?
at Vita.
It's my
You're-
apprentice,
yeah.
guys. My apprentice.
Is this a new
You
thing,
say
or
that
did we
like
have
that's
this
information we should have already had.
Was this a new thing in
Is
the
this
past
something
few
you've been
days
doing
since
for the
we
last month, or?
defeated Getch?
I think you would assume. I thought you guys would have thought if someone at my power and stature, there would be people that would want to.
Hey Vita, can you stop
Learn.
talking in riddles and explain who your apprentice is?
Honestly, I forgot her name. She was supposed to call, and
I actually, in character, put my face into my hand.
Well, how do you,
Vita, that's crazy.
how do you get in contact with her? How is she gonna know that we're here?
Yeah.
I don't. She's supposed to call me sometime soon, but
You have a
you
stone
have.
that speaks to her. You have a stone that you can communicate.
Vita pulls out a
If
modern
Vita thinks
iPhone.
about that, if Vita
Here,
thinks
let-
about
yeah.
that, that's up to you.
look. I'll call her now. Let me pull
Hold
out
on.
the
Yeah.
stone.
Is this a thing to do with the sending spell? What do you mean call her?
I haven't used it yet. I don't know. I was waiting for her to use it because I'll talk into it. Hello.
Don't do it.
You were shown when you were given the stone that there's a place that you could press on, and it begins to glow. With this
I'm gonna
light
apprentice.
gray.
They taught me how to use this, but I wasn't paying attention. So
I wasn't paying attention.
Literally.
Hello?
There's a moment, and then you hear this feminine voice come out. Hi, Master Vita. What?
Holy
You haven't
shit.
reached out before. What? Is there something that you need? Are you in danger?
Don't be who I think it is, bro.
No, no, you're not in danger. I'm not in danger. I mean, no one believed you were real, so I'm just calling to show that you were real.
That's not at
Hey.
all what we said, Vita.
What?
Also-
What's your name?
Also, hello. We're Vita's friends.
yeah, speaker on.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, the Storm Hunters. Oh, it's an honor to speak to you all. I'm Brella. I'm Vita's apprentice.
Brella.
Okay.
Where are you all right
Now
now?
It's even dumber because her name is one letter away from being Bella. But okay.
I'll say Turlan.
man.
Turlan.
Umbrella.
Brella. When did you become Vita's apprentice? You answered our question in riddles.
Oh, well, last when he was in Kiyasi, that's where I'm at right now. Where are you all?
You gotta come to this dragon pit in the forest, and you
What
gotta
is
help.
she
You
gonna
gotta
do?
help him out.
What is she gonna do, Vita?
She's
What is
gonna
she
help
gonna
him
do?
clean all his dead bodies up and shit like that. Look how sad he looks. Going through all of it. She'll
Bro,
do
hold
it.
on 1 second.
Can we-
Siskin, I'll turn
The
around.
Rock? Can you mute the Rock Vita for a
Yeah,
moment?
can you turn? Yeah, hold on.
Sure, I'll muffle it.
Siskin, sorry we're doing this in your home.
See you
Do
setting
you
up a
want?
shelf.
Do you like want help with this? I mean, like, it looks like you have to refurbish completely. But like that feels like a youth thing to do. I don't know if a random woman could help you.
She wants to do it.
You just had to gender me.
I am used to working alone as one of my kin, so I would appreciate the privacy, especially in this time of self-reflection.
Okay, we got our
All
answer.
right.
So let's can the Rock conversation for now.
Scratch that, bro.
Carry on with the
Just
business.
carry on.
Frank?
I'll hang up.
Oh.
Let's
Okay.
show, let's
You
let's
hear it get cut off. Oh. Let's go.
Vita, what are you doing to her?
How much effort does it take you to play this character, Dylan? This is
I would
so
like
fun.
to hear about this.
So funny.
You have
This
to
is
be
actually- I
trying
would like to
so
hear about
hard
her
to act
more
this
later.
way.
It takes a lot of pre-session mental prep.
So
What am
why
I
don't we?
here to
Sorry,
do?
can we? If and I turn to Siskin, perhaps we should take the rest of our.
Let's do this
conversation
outside of this
out of
morning
yeah.
here, so we
person
can give him his piece.
He nods his head towards you all as you all leave.
Thank you.
Siskin, I live, and I point to the direction I live. I live like however many miles that way. So if you like need me, I might be there. But I've been going on journeys a lot, so if you need another druid, there's a guy just outside of Horrell named
That's good.
Tredovic. He's also very helpful. Just tell him that you are friends with me, and he will help you out.
I will send
If
a
you don't already
message
know.
if I need you.
Okay, yeah, that also works. Okay, well, goodbye. Good luck.
Okay. Do we have anything else to talk about regarding the Siskin incident?
I don't think so.
We got
I'm
him.
good.
We got it,
Cool.
ladies and gentlemen.
What's next,
We got
Steven?
So yeah, I do want to do a check-in. So essentially, what's next is just people doing a recap of what they did over the 30 days, as much as they want to tell the group. So if y'all
Okay.
can do that in like 30 more minutes, if everybody's fine with that. I know it's very late for you, Fleur, so it's
I don't
up
have
to
any
you
classes
essentially.
tomorrow.
Past my
So-
bedtime, bro.
I've got my
8:30.
recap whenever
I
we're
usually
ready.
go to bed around like midnight, so
Okay.
it's yeah.
We'll give
Well,
it 30 minutes, but whoever wants to go first, if you want.
I'll just
Me,
finish mine.
me.
I'll finish real quick because there's nothing more beyond. I'm just gonna tell you guys I have an apprentice,
Dylan.
and we can use her for anything. Not really anything, but I pretty much have her researching all of the like lore and leads that we don't have time to constantly be looking into, and she'll like call in and report on
Cool.
it.
Okay.
That is genuinely very useful
That's it.
Cool.
and much more
Anything-
informative, but not delivered in character as information.
Yep.
I think it took us the entire walk back to my cave to get that information.
Yeah,
out
you
of Vita.
surmise that. Yeah.
It took the whole multiple-hour conversation, and then we were like, okay, pretty sure this is what she's
Yeah.
doing.
But that's it. That's my recap.
Okay.
Anything else for your
So-
recap? Or just that?
Well, now you make me feel like I'm forgetting something.
You went to 2 towers.
Lord of the
Oh.
Rings.
Okay, all right. We'll let Kevin go first. I forgot about that shit. Yeah.
Mine's pretty small. It would have been after. I know we're not worrying that hard about chronology. I
You
don't
were
think
right.
chronology was okay. Chronology.
That's the right word.
Sounds right.
But it would have been after this. Eventually, on a hunch, I told you guys I'd be gone for a couple days. I was probably gone for like, what do you say, a week back to get back to Kiosk, Steven, and do what I did. So I was gone for maybe like a week, and when I come back, I tell you guys about it. Which is I went to go investigate the Watash experience.
Love it.
I discovered more obviously hidden and nefarious 10 cut signs. That because like we had seen some on the walls, but they looked like they could have been just like fake decorations. Like, oh, some guy saw this in a book and copied it down to look all tenkatsu or Watati, not knowing what it was. But then I found like properly hidden markings. So I snuck into the building with invisibility potion. Discovered the journal of a Tenkatsu assassin in the building. Read it. Found out that they were looking for me. And then also found out essentially that the person who was looking for me had implied that there was some sort of like change in leadership. And above board, I don't think I'd tell you this bit in character, but above board, the person looking for me is a former like associate who like I trusted. And they are essentially they claimed the person I learned from the journal and from things I'll get to that this person who was looking for me basically said something to the effect of there's been a change up in leadership or things are getting like contested in the higher ups and they're looking to make a power play and they were looking to get to find me. I decided to sneak into the main room of the Watad experience, and I was able to see the leader or the owner of the establishment sloppily showing off his, not intentionally, but like I could see his scars and that he was a Tenkatsu associate. So I trailed him home and beat the shit out of him and interrogated him. And I learned some of what I just told you guys, essentially, and that this guy had killed some people, low-level stuff, whatever. I didn't kill him. I just left him knocked out. And then I went and I burned down the Watat experience in a minor act of arson because I learned
what is a major act if you burn down a
I
whole
suppose it is
like,
it's a small building. It's a small building.
I thought you
no one died.
Small
No one died.
In a minor act of murder.
Well, it's a big thing, but it's not a lot of like words.
It's technically only assault, battery, and arson.
This makes the rest of my recap way worse, by the way.
I learned that these guys were probably using the Watat experience as like a base, and the Tenkatsu is probably like trying to extend into Kiasi, and that they are definitely out after me, but not super on my trail. So yeah.
Love the sound of that.
That's all.
Okay.
Next.
Okay, I guess I'll go. You can remind me on some of this, Steven, but I pretty much wanted a new mission. I was bored. I had no money from Gatch, and I went to those two towers in the middle of Kihiasi. One had like a important banking. It was an important lady. She like gave me some knowledge, right, about the other guy who I remember a lot more because of what he did for me.
Yes.
What is he talking about, bro?
Did she give me anything important that would be able to be relayed?
You had heard that from Kahar that there was problems in a nearby village about a bunch in a hidden Kahar temple.
Oh right, I had to go to her
buried,
to get
that there were fire lizards attacking this village, basically. And if you dealt with that, maybe you could get money for it. And so you went to this lady at the top of the tower, essentially using the fact that you are a storm hunter to go talk to this lady, to Penelope Kroska, is her name, who is the head of one of the towers, essentially the head in Kiyasi of like the economics. And so you did get a contract with her, but she mentioned that let me make sure I get the name right. She mentioned that the other tower, who is kind of the head of the military and or prisons and or law enforcement in Kiyasi, the core tower.
All three.
Yeah, just like all the administrative, or all the
collapse of separation of powers in the Kiyasi government.
Yeah, all the might, the head Rosanta Core may have a job for you.
Yeah.
And
so I was told that the military guy would have a job for me, I went right up
They
to
always
him.
do, don't they?
He did not believe me that I was sent by the other top lady. He thought that I was a bit of a joke. He choked me up in the air.
Jesus.
I couldn't use any spells, so he almost killed me. And I kept trying to fight him, but he had this orb that would suck away all my spells immediately. So I said, let's fight outside of here where it's fair and I'll beat him or something. And then he wouldn't do that. And he laughed me off.
Bitch.
And he said that we can never take their services again as the Storm Hunters. And I got kicked out of the tower. And I think the task I found out that he wanted us to do was to, kind of insane, it was to go and assassinate some other military leader. So he just wanted us to do that, and it would have gotten to us naturally, but now he hates me and by proxy us. So he is not going to ask us to do that.
It's cool. He kind of seems like a douchebag, so.
Yeah.
Walk into his office and he says, "Seems fake and gay," and then chokes you.
Well, you know, Vita
Can
was.
we judge? Can we judge?
Vita-
by
I can
the-
imagine that Vita didn't
Vita
really
was being
help.
Vita.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
I was
But
saying, we
this-
judge by
so-
Vita's description if like Vita said the wrong things, like, or if like this guy was really truly like a douchebag.
Yeah.
That's a question to Dylan to answer in whatever way
Yeah.
he wishes.
He was a bit of a prick compared to who we meet. I think, however, Vita did not help the situation in any way because he constantly kept trying to kill him or attack him.
Yeah,
then
no,
Dude,
that
why are
being
you so mad? I
paired-
only cast a spell that didn't work. It was supposed to kill
That
you,
being
but it didn't.
paired with another one of our members burning down a building in the same city.
they didn't know it was me.
Nope.
Okay.
No evidence.
No evidence. Okay.
Something
so
I should have also mentioned was that in the papers the next day, they seemed unaware. I checked. They seemed unaware of the cause of the arson. I got away scot-free.
So the papers say.
So the papers
Well,
say.
either way, we're burning some ties with Kihasi, it seems like.
They sound kind of fashy. It's fine.
Yeah, so yeah, I did the task. Kahar gave me an apprentice. She came with me. And she's very eager. She has a ladybug.
That's
I don't
awesome.
know why.
That's who cares?
It's her familiar.
Fantastic.
I got a new magical item. And then I left, and I sent her to do all of our leads and lore hunting, and she'll call us with updates.
Sick.
So, yeah.
Steven finally has a player character.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
The lore engine. Brella.
Okay.
What'd you do, John?
Brella. What did John get up to, man? He didn't cause any trouble, that's for sure. Started off with some light training, just some general stuff to get stronger, learn some new moves. After that, John mainly focused on two things of equal importance: fishing and figuring out more about the shock. So as far as fishing went, he spent a good amount of time at the docks in Kihasi. Got some pretty good, catches, but the main thing was he spoke to a few of the fellas down at the docks there, and they were talking about how at some point they caught a few fish at night that were glowing.
Focus fish.
They ate it, and they described it as the fishiest fish they'd ever tasted. That is verbatim of how they were described.
Classic.
That's fishiest and not trustworthy, rather than taste like fish.
Right. No, it just tasted a lot like fish. So I was anxious. I asked them, "Hey, did these look rotted? Were they acidic?" And they said no, they were perfectly fine. They were just really tasted like fish, and they were glowing. So I was like, all right, weird. So I asked them to point out where they were, and I waited for them at night, and I saw them, and I caught one, and Yeah, I ate it, and it was really fishy. It was just like the fishiest fish I'd ever had. But that wasn't
Where
enough.
it's going.
It didn't taste. I was like, I'm not sold on this. So I grilled it a couple of ways. I grilled it with seasoning. I battered and fried it. So it both were like, oh, they're pretty good and good source of protein. Um, you know, and I was like, it might be some gatch runoff. There might be some gatch runoff going into the water. So I went back in there, and Steven and I had to figure out how deep I could swim, just in general, how long to hold my breath. And I go to the area, and it was about 100 feet deep, which is pretty crazy. Think about like a 12-foot, like the deep end of a pool
I'm
is
not
usually
thinking
12
about that.
feet.
Good lord.
And so you multiply that by 10, subtract 20. It's a pretty deep amount. And we ruled it so that in calm water, because the water was calm, 15 feet in action. So I could swim around without really having to worry about my breath. So 450 feet a minute.
Oh my god!
While swimming.
Swimming down.
Which is, so swimming
funny.
down.
What's the
So with my helmet on and all my gear, I swim to the bottom of the water at night where it's dark, and I get a nat 20. And so while I'm down there, I don't see anything, and I'm just kind of searching. That I end up finding this metal box, and I yoink it up and bring it back to the surface, and there's like 300 to 400 gold worth of just like jewels. So
No.
Hell yeah.
I was just like, all right,
You
well,
didn't tell us that.
No, I told Steven to share it with the
Split it with the group.
75 gold.
That will put you a roughly 30% faster than Michael Phelps's record for the 100 meter freestyle.
Hell yeah. John.
So John really is the strongest person you've ever met.
John is him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
to put it simply.
So that was the fishing arc.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was really cool.
And in the meantime, like besides that, I did a few funnel matches, won a couple of them, lost others, but I was mainly focusing on finding the shock. And so I was asking around the audience, and I was like, do you know any of his like associates? Do you know? And they said, yeah, like generally, I met this one guy, and he was like, yeah, generally, there's a few folks in these cloaks that are in the audience, and I've followed some of them, and just to figure out like who they are and what they're up to. And they're usually at like the center hub of Yasi, but I always lose them because that's just like a maze. So I don't really know where they end up, but if you find, I'll point the guy out, so if you can track him, you'll figure out where the shock is. Like, all right, cool. And so I wait and I do that, and eventually I see a fellow. Yeah. Okay, wait, here's how it goes. Yeah, the guy saw, like, when the shock's head was thrown into the audience, they saw who caught it. And a dude with the grudge was the one that kind of chased them through the alleyways in the Towering District. So after all the fish shit, because I'm reading through this, the fish took priority very early on.
Sure. Understandable.
So after a few days of trying to track down the leathers, I finally get a lead. I finally start to notice them, and they were carrying this fucking piece of paper close to their chest this whole time. And I stealth after them for a little bit, and then eventually they notice me. So I start fucking chasing them because I kicked over a garbage can on accident.
Yep.
And so I'm sprinting through the alleyways after this guy, charging like a bull. I eventually started raging to make sure I could really catch up to them. So it was really, and then eventually I get close to them, and I grab them and I just go, "Hey, I'm sorry for chasing you. I understand you may be involved with the shock. I was hoping that you guys could take me to where you make them. I'd like to speak to the person in charge." So intimidated, it's this young guy, this really young kid, and he's freaked the fuck out. He knows who I am. He's afraid
Even if he
I'm
did
gonna
know
rip
who
his,
you are.
yeah, he's gonna I'm gonna rip his head off. I'm like, buddy, I'm not gonna rip your head off, but I really need to speak to the guy in charge. Anyway, he leads me to this door. I need a key to get in. I'm like, hey, I really need that tablet. It's a tablet that lets me get in. And so eventually I bully him into giving it to me. And I was just like, he really wanted me to make sure that I didn't tell the person at the bottom of this building that we're outside, that he gave it up so willingly. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll just say I killed you. And then I let him go. So I go into this room 100 feet down. It's this steep ass tunnel at the very bottom of deep blue glow. And again, I'm just kind of reading what Steven wrote me. I'm sneaking down. It's a laboratory filled with tables, sheets of paper. At the center of the room, coming out of the ceiling, is this like huge sort of like Tesla that splits into two prongs. One of those prongs ends right above a metal table with straps. It looks like, in the shocks, it's like corpses on it. And then the other one is a large glass tube filled with glowing water. And sitting over the shock, stitching it back together, is this old dude. Fucking magnifying glasses on his face, stitching up the shock. Doesn't notice me because I've snuck, and I just announced myself. I just go, "You should stop what you're doing."
Oh my
and
god!
He completely ignores me. He's just.
Your mic cut off a little bit.
Oh, did it? When?
Oh, just for a moment.
Oh, he completely ignores me, and turns out he's deaf. So.
Oh no.
He looks so I walk right up to him, and he notices me and he freaks out, and turns out he was speaking in sign language, which John knows a little bit just through his travels. So we talked, and he asked me how I got in here, like how I got there, and I signed the word "stole," and he said like "stupid boy" or something like that, and literally think this is I fucking John has is, this is again a beautiful nat 20 where I really needed it. John has like no, and so I literally just go, "Stop making the shock. It's dangerous. Why are you making it?" And this guy just very earnestly, like, just kind of confused, is like, "Why? I only use him for Funnel Mania and he gets me money. Why'd I stop?" And literally I was just kind of like, dude, okay, listen, but this is super dangerous. Imagine, like, you're doing it just for Funnel Mania.
You cut out after Funnel Mania?
Yeah, I said, you're using it for Funnel Mania. What happens if it falls into the wrong hands? Like, I could get down here. So what happens if a bad guy gets down here? And he was, and, as if, this guy's entire life hadn't hinged on the shock the last couple of years. He was like, "Yep, actually, that makes a lot of sense." And he was just
like, "Shit, I never thought of it that way."
We love it.
And he was just kind of, it was on a nat 20, and so he was just kind of like, "Yep, I've made my money. I got kids I gotta take care of."
Sweetie, I'm sewing up the shock.
And seeing you rip off the head was just enough. Yep, this is it, man.
Wow.
And so then he was like trying to brag a little bit. He's like, "Do you want me to show you how I made this?" And I said, "No, no." But
He broke his heart, man. He was so excited.
I know people that would like to see how you've been using this to the professor, and I was like, I told them to share the information that they discovered with you guys because I figured you'd be more interested in it. And so, yeah, just that they ended up talking. The crystals they were using were like the light blue ones associated with the storm. It turns out that these crystals are created every time light strikes water. I think storm water. Yeah, for instance, the crystals I had seemed to have powers with regard to lightning. Yeah, they were generated via lightning.
That's helpful to know.
Yeah. So, yeah, Gaedron and the creator of the shock was named Gownwin or Gownan. Yeah, Gownan.
Gownan, yeah.
Yeah. So they're looking up. They're basically investigating ways that talk. So with these light blue ones, generally created through lightning strikes, dark green. That there was a student that was performing an arcane experiment that left her in a coma, but she woke up, and she was trying to transmute a sliver of wood into iron, and the wood was turned into the dark green crystal. So just through a really overpowered spell. So he went into I'll copy and paste it. He went into it. I'll let you read just because I'm not going to explain it well. And so I was like, all right, that's pretty good. The last thing I did after that was I wanted to go meet up with Batalda. And I met up with him and I was like, hey, man, you're pretty strong. Let's spar. I think you can learn something. I think I can learn. So we fought a bit. And we ended up actually exchanging some knowledge. So I got a free action called Batalda's Strike.
Ooh.
Where when whenever my first attack against a creature involves a grapple check, if that's what happens, then the triggering grapple check gets a +4 circumstance bonus. So that's like pretty good. And so then I was like, then I got to make up a feat for Batalda. And I went, okay, well, during Final Mania, I saw you getting whooped, you kept getting pushed around by that kid. So I made up a feat where it was called Shoved Grip. And the trigger is an opponent hits you with an attack that will shove you out of your current position. And if you fail to dodge or negate the shove, you can roll a grapple check with a -5 penalty. If you succeed, you still take that hit, but you're able to grab onto the opponent and avoid being moved. So
that's pretty sick. That's smart. It's a good thing.
And then that was the end of it. Then I just kind of scoped around Felix's place and.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
What about you, Felix? What did you do?
Well, we already kind of covered most of what I did, which was seeing my mentor and healing Siskin. After that, I just kind of chill out.
Lots of meditation.
And then a lot of meditation, a lot of vibing in my house, doing my druid thing. And then I don't know who would be there, but if any of you would be like staying with me one day, I would like walk out of the little cave and just kind of stand there for a second and then say, I think I just had a dream where I talked to a dragon, a different one. And then
God.
I'll say
she was cool.
I'll say when this happens.
Oh, thank God
no
she was
one
cool.
is.
Thank God she was
I'll
cool.
say when this
no one's
happened.
there.
No one is there when this happens.
Okay, well when they get back, I'll be like, hey guys. Hold on, let me scroll down. I did remember her name, Okansa the Protective. I tell them about Okansa. I think she said she was Siskin's mother. And that she'll be watching over me, kind of. And if Steven, was it just green dragons or like dragons where I could mention her name.
She said her kin. Like, essentially, during
Okay, well,
one of your meditations, you stepped outside and you saw a translucent, massive ancient dragon.
Well, I was just gonna... Alright, so yeah, if we mention Okansa the Protective to her kin, we'll have, like, her, not like authority, but like sway. And then
So
we'll
we're good
probably
with the
won't...
dragons now after all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good with the dragon.
So they probably won't eat us immediately, and we'll hear what we have to say.
Cool.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge for guys who don't like to get eaten.
Honestly.
Oh.
Those out there.
Big Al for 4 fans.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, yeah.
When
I
is
will
this tournament
say
gonna stop?
There's a lot of Sumia War fans out there.
To end the session,
All the YouTube viewers.
one last little final thing is to kind of close out the 30-day period, you all are kind of back at Felix's abode. I'll say that this is around the time within the Tilgi forest. The Tilgi oak trees are known for a fruit that they produce, kind of getting towards the middle of winter, which is starting to get to. It's getting quite cold outside. We're only 10 days from the winter solstice. And so I will say that as you go outside, you all are hanging around, and you all begin to see the blooming of these little fruits that are high up in the Tilgi oak trees. Like, you all begin to notice it. Maybe a good, 50 feet in the air, just along some of the branches, there's these bright orange fruits that you all notice. And I'll say, Felix, you know about these fruits. Sometimes you've climbed up to get them, but they are very difficult to get to, just because they're so high up. But you know that they are fucking delicious, these fruits. So it's a sign that it is getting cold out. And I will say that, do any of you make an attempt to get to these fruits? I'll say.
Yeah, I'll get some.
I'll just trust
Do
John
those?
to do it.
Wait, what are those?
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
If I would, I'd transform
What are
into
those
a bird.
fruits? What? If you do, nah, I got this. Do
John's
those
got
fruits? Are they like good and high?
Oh yeah, they're 50 feet up plus.
Okay.
Oh, John, can you get some for me
Oh,
so I can
shit.
make some
Okay.
jam for cran bread?
Yeah. All right. I got
What
this.
realization
I
magicians have.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna walk over to the tree and look up at where the berries are.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like stretch, kick my legs a little bit out, and then you see like John just kind of like squat a little bit, and then he jumps probably like 15 feet up in the air. All he like kicks down with one foot and just pushes himself up even more, and then just keeps like kicking down in the middle of the air, and he's like propelling himself,
Jumping off the air.
and like
He's
just kind of kicks his way all the way up into the top of the tree. And then while he's up there, he stops, and it looks like he's kind of like treading water. But he just starts like just with his legs, and then he starts picking the berries.
How big are these fruits, Steven?
They're like apple sized.
Okay, he picks like 8 of them, and then he just kind of like flutter kicks back down, and
Oh fuck.
All right.
And yeah, all right. I can get more, but that takes up, so I can only do it like 5 minutes a day.
Let me have one. I want to bite.
Okay.
All right.
Let me have one.
They're so juicy.
Tasty.
It's like
This is so
it's like a
juicy.
pear. So good.
I'm gonna go back up. Same deal. I'm just kick, crawl through the air, like punch down, and then just grab a couple more. And
I say out loud, this is fucking stupid.
I'm slobbering all over mine. Juice is getting everywhere.
I'm slobbering.
I'm saying that as
slobbering.
Vita's very noisily going to the pear, to the fruit.
So yeah,
Hey, man,
I
you gotta act
basically
normal. You gotta act normal, dude.
We're in the middle of the
that
woods.
takes-
It's okay.
That takes the wind out of me. When we were fighting that thing in a Gatch's lair, I get up to it to grab it, so I started learning how to like jump really high, and eventually I realized if I kick the air hard enough, I can propel myself upwards. But it takes a lot of energy.
It's like JoJo
So
stand jumps.
I can't really do it that long.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So
Cool, man.
John can just fly now.
This-
Glad
this
you were
is
here
a-
for that.
This is a feat none of us will ever see another person perform again,
Yeah.
Yeah.
except for John. No other
True that.
being alive will do that.
Okay,
John
John.
can fly.
John can they fly
Well,
now.
John can fly.
What time is it in
John flies
in
now.
in
London
Alex
town.
Land?
It's 1:10 in the morning,
Sick.
but I don't have any classes tomorrow, and I usually go to camp.
Cut out entirely.
Yeah.
Right after campus.
Right after
He goes to camp.
I go to campus at 9,
Nice.
so I'll get my full 8 hours.
Hell yeah. Ah,
Ah,
wonderful game. Wonderful game.
any
Can't wait till-
last second things before we end
I'm
the
tired.
30 days?
Nah.
Nope.
All right.
No.
Then we will
Nope.
start next session. Real time. It will be day 200 or 2255.
Fuck yeah.
The
Coughing
winter
baby.
solstice, the middle of winter, is in 7 days.